Okay. Let's go on another Doki Doki, yeah. Adventure, yeah. Adventure, yeah. Smoke some weed, get real high, watching anime in the club, yeah. The club, yeah. Wait. Let's go on another Doki Doki, yeah. Adventure, yeah. Adventure, yeah. Smoke some weed, get real high, watching anime in the club, yeah. The club, yeah. Wait. Alrighty, 2 minutes. It's okay with me. Okay. Let's go on another Doki Doki, yeah. Adventure, yeah. Adventure, yeah. Smoke some weed, get real high, watching anime in the club, yeah. The club, yeah. Wait. Let's go on another Doki Doki, yeah. Adventure, yeah. Adventure, yeah. Smoke some weed, get real high, watching anime in the club, yeah. The club, yeah. Wait. Alrighty. I think y'all know what time it is. I think y'all know what time it is. It's 4 p.m. Time to start the stream. Hey yo. Welcome back to the stream. I think we're gonna go all the way till we get to the end. I'm not sure if I can make it to the end, but I at least want to try to get to somewhat get definitely through Act 2 quite a bit. I think I'm getting close to the end where Yuri's gonna confess, or I'm gonna confess to Yuri. But that's just a rough idea, just because he's starting to realize his feelings. Really? Bro, that is so crazy. I haven't got a chance to look. I just been busy all day. Alrighty. 45 views for repost. That's crazy. Oh man. No cap. Blue Skies is a really awesome. I told you the mod was awesome. You're like, no, you might think it's boring. No, it's not boring. This is awesome sauce. Thank you for recommending me this mod. I really do enjoy it. Okay. Hopefully it stays better. Let me see. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Alrighty. Let's load up. Alright, we actually landed up at a pretty nice spot. I don't know how close I am to finishing the game, but I have a feeling that the next 2 streams, this one and the next one, I might finish it. That refreshing crispiness in the air. The vibrant flurry of red and oranges and yellows gently swirling down the treetops. It's definitely autumn. And with autumn comes Halloween. While I'm not into horror as much, as someone like Yuri, I've always enjoyed Halloween. It gives a good excuse to indulge in all things horror, not to mention park friends and enemies. Oh, prank friends and enemies, or whatever. Man, Sayori and I used to go out all the blah, 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 blah. Man, Sayori and I used to go all out on each other when it came to Halloween pranks. Speaking of, she's late as usual. Sayori, there you are. Hurry up, I will miss out all the fun. Oh, that's so cool. Look at the freaking... I wonder if they're going trick-or-treating. Oh, I'm going as fast as I can. I took a little nap after school, so I was putting on my costume. A little nap, huh? Something tells me that this nap was more than just a cat nap. Well, at least you look pretty nice. A cowgirl, huh? Liking the Halloween twist on it. Really has a cool vibe to it. It looks like a cowgirl, I'm assuming. You look great as well, Curly. I haven't seen you in a costume for ages. You really bring back memories. Thanks. Yeah, can you believe it's actually the first time I put an effort into this? I laugh at myself. There I was thinking I'd outgrow Halloween, yet here I am. Well, you have to. It's Halloween after all. I just wonder what the other ones are gonna look like. The last time I dressed up for Halloween, it's been a while, honestly. It's been a couple years since I dressed up for Halloween. I usually just like stay home or take my brother places to go like for some parties or whatnot. Some people have like Halloween parties and you know, it just I usually don't get a chance to go. Sometimes I work, sometimes I just don't really get the chance to get out much. But this year is gonna be completely different. I'm 21, I have a car, we're going to celebrate Halloween by getting candy, and we're gonna go hang out with friends, and we're gonna do fun crazy shit. That's what we're gonna do. A question lingers in my head as we make our way to school. Along the way I spot a couple of people also dressed up. One guy doesn't look too out of the ordinary. Brown fedora, red and green sweater. It's his glove that gives it away. It sports a row of blades. Must be Freddy Krueger. Upon closer inspection, his face looks charred and burnt. Impressive makeup, to say the least. Sayori flinches as we pass him. Oh, I don't like that guy. I bet he'll give me nightmares. Whether there's an intentional pun or not, it's up for debate. Oh, look at them, girlie. I can't help but grin as I see Sayori pointing to them. A group effort with one person's brown Great Dane dog onesie. Next to him stands a nervous-looking guy with shaggy brown hair, while a confident-looking blonde man leads the pack, accompanied by two women. That must be Scooby-Doo, I guess. It's a pretty big contrast for the custom we saw beforehand. The walk to school feels like a parade, with a variety of characters ranging from horror to cute west to eastern. A creepy-looking pale girl with black jet hair covering her face ambles to pass us without a word. Sayori clings to me. Why do people dress up so scarily? Well, it is Halloween. I know. It's just that some costumes and the makeup are so convincing. I squeeze her hand gently. Sayori, they're just people having fun. Look, I'll say hello to the next one. You'll see. They're just celebrating Halloween. There's nothing to be afraid of. She doesn't look very convinced anyways. The next person that walks by doesn't look too scary. Kind of look like a janitor with dark overalls and expressionless white mask. Oh, I think that's Michael Myers. Sure, the mask is a bit unsettling, but at least he... Okay, never mind. He's got a huge knife. Hey, nice costume. The man doesn't reply. Although he stopped walking now, he's just standing over there wordlessly, looking at both of us. I don't think this is doing Sayori any favors. You, on your way to a party? No response. He tilts his head as his fingers fiddle down the hilt of his knife. Well, Sayori tugs on my sleeves, and the man carries on walking. Maybe he was a mime. Sure, let's go with that. I fucking knew it. Grave Arrow 404, welcome back to the stream, my good sir. The school grounds look completely different at night. With the lights out and the usual noises absent, the whole building has a totally different vibe. I can't help but shiver slightly as we draw closer. It's crazy how the hustle and bustle of the place really brings it to life. With all of that gone, the sleeping school looks like a typical haunted building, just like horror movies. The windows, devoid of any light, are sinister and uninviting. The faint light of the moon basks ground in an ethereal glow. Either way, you must be the only students who are breaking into the school to celebrate Halloween. Hardly the most wild places to break into, but the sight in front of me confirms that it's perfectly festivity.
Curly?
Don't tell me you're scared, Sayori.
Hey, you are too!
I puff out my chest in a comedic display of a false bravado. Am not. She playfully rolls her eyes.
If you say so.
Dang. Rose working his hardest to make sure everything's on. See if you have anything open. Sometimes my processor, like when I be on stuff, will be going like to 3 different things and I forget I have them open. That's why I usually close out. Like my Discord right now is open just in case, like, you know, my friends text me or anything like that. I can let them know I'm on the stream.
By the way, where are the others?
Right behind you. I can't help but let out a yelp of surprise at the unexpected voice causing me to jump out of my skin. Meanwhile, Sayori's in a furious fit of giggles, shaking her head with laughter. Hey, what's so funny? Don't tell me you weren't scared either.
I saw her coming.
Aw, look at Monica. She's so adorable. Let's take a look. Let's take a second just to enjoy. Like, look how like nice the costumes are. She's supposed to be a cowgirl, supposedly. And Monica, I'm assuming, is supposed to be a witch. It's really nicely made. Well, Monica's definitely look nice. Monica holds an expression torn between sympathy and amusement.
Sorry, Curly, but it was too good an opportunity to pass up. You should have seen your reaction.
I pull a face. Yes, no cap. I really do enjoy the different imagery. Very funny. Nice costume, by the way. Yeah, I'll rate them for sure. She does a twirl.
Thank you. I wasn't sure what to go with the end. It felt weird putting on a costume. I can't believe I even remembered the last time I did anything for Halloween.
I'm guessing this is the first time you've broken into school, huh?
You shouldn't be too proud of that, Curly.
Aw, come on, Monica. Where's your rebellious teenage spirit? You're a witch after all. Aren't they meant to get up in mischief?
Yeah, come on. It'll be a lot of fun. No one will find out.
In all excitement preparing for Halloween, I totally forgot Monica was a perfect student. The thought of breaking in, especially into school, must be completely foreign to her. Still, sometimes you gotta have a little fun. Today of all days as well. Next Halloween, I'm gonna break into a college. Just see what happens. I hope I don't get arrested. A worry smile works its face across her. A worry smile. Anyways, just for today. As it turns out, breaking into school is kinda easy. That or we just got lucky. We managed to find a window that was unlocked. The interior was darkened by the school. Looks like it's just as spooky as the exterior. My imagination is not doing me any favors. Every sound we make sounds like exceedingly unwelcoming. Like we've stumbled into the den of a monster. Even with Sayori and Monica near me, I can't help but feel uneasy. I was all for the idea into breaking the school. But now that we're actually inside, it's only just dawning on me how creepy and darkened the school really are. I swear, I heard a rumor that a couple years ago, a student committed suicide in this very school. Did she hang herself? I shiver as I simultaneously try to block out the memory and remember more of it. No, that wasn't it. She just disappeared one day. No trace of her. Almost like very being was just deleted. Interesting. Interesting. Gone. Like that. I mentally shake myself. No, that didn't happen. They're just silly rumors that the school likes to spread to creep each other out. But a part of me can't help but imagine it. What if that actually did happen? What if?
Here we are!
Monica's voice snaps me out of my spectral spiral. We're outside the club room. I can spot Yuri and Nancy inside pouring over a pumpkin carving. It's a shame.
It's a shame we're doing it in this room.
Huh? Why?
Well, it's Halloween, right? The classroom is the opposite to us. It's where that one student hung herself.
Why the fuck would you say that? Why? I don't want to know this. I freeze as Monica winks at me opening the door.
Hey guys! You two look great.
Oh my gosh! Yuri's such a bad bitch! Oh my fucking goodness! I did not expect Yuri to look this, like, outdone!
Cute. Thank you, Monica. It is quite enjoyable to express my love of horror in this way. Poems are, of course, gratifying to write, but this makes a nice change.
Oh, you're kind of right though. Hold on. Let's take a second. Just. Y'all hear that music? Oh my gosh! Who was in the studio? Oh my lord! The organ is crazy. All right. I'm gonna keep it like right here because I really fuck with this. This sounds hard. Sayori wanders over trying to figure what Yuri is meant to be.
Are you, a vampire? Yes, a gothic one, in the vein of Anne Rice's vampires. It's not too dark, is it?
Relax, Yuri. It's Halloween. It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror. It's fitting.
I really like yours as well, Natsuki. Pretty spooky.
Oh, look, she's like a little adorable.
Ooh, that should be your name for today. Sayori, what the heck are you? Not spooky.
The best part is that you don't need to worry about drowning voice acting since they are presentary. Don't worry, I'll do all the voice acting for you guys.
Not spooky. That's your new name. It's super fitting.
Natsuki looks at Monica and Yuri in a desperate plea. After getting no response, she sighs deeply and starts up again.
Sayori! Yeah? That is literally the stupidest thing I've heard all day.
Everyone but Sayori breaks out into laughter.
Hey, that's super mean. Sorry, but it's the truth. But it's so cute. Cute? I'm a skeleton. How in the world is that cute? It's Halloween. This day is supposed to be like the opposite of cute. Well, I won't lie. It's a pretty fitting name, not spooky.
She grins.
Sorry. Oh, come on, Yuri. Oh, come on. Yuri could have come up with a better nickname. Yuri? Ew. Ooh.
I can't hear it, to be honest. Rate the best costume? We're going Yuri. I'm gonna be 100%. Yuri, #1. Second, going to Natsuki. Second going to Sayori. Because I really think how it's planned out is really nice. Third, I'm gonna go with Monica, and fourth, Natsuki. Just because it's really basic. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just like her regular outfit, just with a skeleton mask on. But definitely Yuri's #1. #1, 10 out of 10. #2, Sayori, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Monica, 6 out of 10. And Sayori, 5 out of 10. Just because it doesn't look like a skeleton, to be honest. It's just kind of like cute, though. It's adorable. She gets extra points because it's adorable. Monica, I can definitely tell she was like a witch. Sayori, I had no clue what she was, but it looked cool as hell. Yuri just looks fucking fine. No bullshit. She must have paid a bag for that.
You're putting me on the spot here, Natsuki.
To her credit, at least she didn't call her not spooky.
Curly?
Sorry, I really can't deny Sayori at her glory moment.
Fine, but only if I get to call her dumb nickname too. Wait, Sayori, what exactly are you? A cowgirl, right?
Sayori tips her hat down and adopts a southern cowboy drawl.
It's high noon.
Well, not a very good one. There's a silence for a moment. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the tumbleweed going by. Fitting for a cowboy, at least. Sayori, it's midnight.
It's high moon then. You've been watching too many spaghetti westerns, Sayori.
Why the fuck are we spaghetti westerns? Why spaghetti? What?
Spaghetti? Now I'm just hungry. Hew. This is the part of the reason why I like Halloween. It really brings everyone together. Even the premise of the festivity is dark a little bit.
I figured that you like Halloween the most, Yuri. Spaghetti Western. So wild. I would have never thought. Fuck. It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror. Although it's pretty great seeing a skeleton, a cowboy, a vampire, and a witch all in the same room, not exactly every day you get to see that.
I just remember all the silly things we go up to, all the pranks and the scary movies. Yeah, it's pretty silly, but that's what makes it fun. Plus, I can't wait to scare you all with my ghostly stories. It's gonna be the best.
Of course. Maybe she just has some fucking smoke against Western shit. Woo. Your dad must be Western and beats on you, doesn't he? I'm so sorry, what, Natsuki?
Aw, not spooky. Please don't make it too scary. We're already past a bunch of people terrifying outfits on the way here. There's this horrible guy that had gloves made of knives.
Yuri smiles softly. No surprise her. She recognizes the character.
You won't sleep well tonight, will you, Sayori? Sorry, Sayori. Can't make any promises.
We all share a collective laugh that Sayori pouts.
Speaking of festivities, I brought something that I believed.
I know, they're so adorable.
I brought something that I believe that would contribute to the intoxicating nature of this mysticism of Halloween. It's rather decadent. Okay, that's it, decadent. It's rather decadent, but it's a special occasion.
Yuri slides a slender black wine bottle on her bag. It's a glass that takes a lowering shine beneath the fluorescent light. I know! Yuri's just looks so pretty. She could be my little vampire for sure.
I was able to find a nice Chianti. Yuri. That's apple cider vinegar, Yuri.
No, I think that's wine.
I've done something wrong again, haven't I? Don't worry about alcoholic drinks. I don't think alcoholic drinks are allowed on school grounds now, are they?
I hope she sucks me. By all means, please do. I give you all permission. Not to mention that we're underage anyway. Blood. Although that's not really stopped anyone from drinking.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I be forgetting the voice sometimes.
I'm sorry. I just thought that given you were all trespassing anyway, I don't know what I was thinking.
And now the atmosphere is ruined too.
It's fine, Yuri. At least you didn't bring it during regular club meeting. Just be careful not to let anyone catch you with that.
I'd have to admit though, you're the last person I would have expected to bring something like that here.
Yuri must be under the influence of the witching hour or something. There's still an hour or so until the witching hour. You know what I mean. Hey, it's okay. It'll just add to the story.
The story?
Yeah, you know, the story that we'll be telling people about later tonight. Hey, you better leave the not spooky stuff out of it. Nope. Sayori! Not spooky! Alright then, cut it out, you two. To be honest, tough. To be honest, though I am a bit curious about how the wine tastes. Oh, come on, Monica. Aren't you supposed to be the responsible one here? You're right.
She casts a wistful gaze at the wine as she says that though. Sayori and Natsuki seem to be glancing at the bottle curiously as well, while Yuri hesitantly stows it back in her bag.
Okay, everyone. Let's move along to the main event, shall we? Who wants to share their poem first?
No way. No way. I should have saved. Gosh darn it. Mangoes are not literature, guys. And time to fast forward. It's okay. No, it just sometimes it just does that. It didn't do that all last stream, which I'm surprised. I won't, I promise. I will not make the second mistake. Oh, I bet I know what it is. It's when I'll go full screen and it has that little blackouting thing. It might be trying to fix itself over and over. No, never mind. No, it already fixed itself. I'm just gonna leave it like this. It's fine. I'm not gonna lie though, Yuri just looks bad. I'm not gonna lie, she looks so like pretty, gorgeous. Like I really fuck with her character design. Almost there. Spaghetti, hue, blah 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 blah. Okay. Bro, if only you know how fast I was spamming this space bar. Okay. Let's save real quick right here. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't do it again. Bruh, why? Okay. We're gonna go with use an auto click. Yuri? Alrighty. Ethereal. Somber sounds of midnight malice float around chastised chalice, riding otherworldly winds. Letters often from nails pinned. A coming figure takes my hand. A looming figure takes my hand, leading me through with sympathy canned. Cumbersome waves hide my shoulders with the serenity of falling boulders. The words are muffled by laminate, false renaissance fails to dent. Oh, that says lament. The fierce facade of fleeting fear. Time is lost, no longer here. Cobalt, never. I can't. I think that says never. I'm gonna be honest. I can't read all this. Fractured soul, with the luminescence of coal. Clacking footsteps from below. Echo, 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 echo. For a moment, the room is silent.
Oh no, I went too far again, didn't I? No. It's just that kind of thing. It's just the kind of thing we're looking for. Would you like to tell us what you were thinking of when you did this?
No cap. Like, why are you so smart? Like, you're literally Japanese, aren't you? I've met a couple Japanese women in my life, and bro, let me tell you, they're definitely always the top of their class. And you remember one time, the first time I tried to talk to one of them, I found out she was a lesbian, and that shit broke my heart. I'm like, bro, you're such a bad bitch in my head. Like, bro, why? Why the fuck? Why can't you fuck with a kid for real? Yuri, we gonna make things work, baby. I promise, baby.
Okay.
Yuri takes a deep breath.
It's a bit hard to describe, but sometimes there are nights my mind just seems a bit full of noise. Nights when I can hear.
He trails up absentmindedly. Did she get caught up in her own poem that much?
Hey, Eartha Yuri!
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get sidetracked.
It's okay, Yuri. You don't feel like you have to rush?
Yeah, take your time.
Right. Well, as I was saying, I wanted to try and capture feelings one might have a bit of a dark night. Wait! Aren't all nights dark?
It's a metaphor, Sayori. I think Yuri is trying to talk about when people are going through a difficult time.
That's right, Curly. The dead of night can be very fickle. It can be peaceful at times, as the world around us winds down. But sometimes, being alone with our own thoughts can be terrifying. This poem was an attempt to reclaim some of that darkness, Well, I think you did a great job with that, Yuri.
Yeah, I really liked it.
You did? Thank you.
I'm gonna save. Just in case. Let's go, I wonder what Natsuki has. The dark. Sometimes I lie awake at night, sitting in a room devoid of light, and think about the monsters waiting in the dark. It's too late. I'm sorry. I'm just curious what Natsuki has. Because Natsuki is definitely one of the people that have cutesy things, and I just want to see what she made for this. I can't even imagine what they look like. Maybe sharp claws, a skin lined with spikes. Maybe a mouth that could swallow me whole. Maybe red eyes that can pierce my soul. They could eat me right now if they wanted to, yet they wait. Waiting for me to close my eyes, waiting for me to dream the light, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But now I'm thinking about that, the monsters, and I am still lying awake in the dark.
Yeah, I know, it's not great.
Actually, Monica's voice.
Actually, I quite like Natsuki. It's pretty obvious that horror is something out of your comfort zone. But you did an exceptional job of combining your style with horror. Fear is a very complex emotion, so it's a challenge putting it into words. But I'd say you did quite well.
I would have to agree with Monica. Fear isn't something that is meant to be completely understood. The complexity behind what a person fears is what they're afraid of most is unfathomable. Your poem is about fear of the dark, more specifically. A fear of the unknown, yes?
Yeah. I don't like not knowing what's there. I don't like the feeling of not being safe. My poem is all about how your imagination plays tricks on you when you're in the dark. You know, there's so much things and monsters, but you can never be completely sure. That's what scares me. That uncertainty.
I can relate. But as I was saying, yet, it's certainly a feat, encapsulating something as complex as fear into simple stanzas. Natsuki smiles proudly.
What can I say? I'm good at what I do. Yeah, well done, that's spooky. Sayori, if you say that one more time, I'll... Anyway, moving on.
Alright, now we'll do Monica. Revive. I wake up. Cold. Black night. Silent and still. Me too. This is actually nice. I fall to my knees. Splinters in my hand. Dust in the air. Cold. Where am I? I reach for the light. I need. Is it there? The switch is pressed. I feel a warmth on my face and my hands and my arms and my... I wake up. It's dark all over. Cold. Silent and numb. I reach my hand out. I have no eyes to see, but I can feel it. I press the switch. The warmth fills me. The dark comes again. I die again. I wake up. Noise in my ears. Voices. Cold. I reach out and feel. Nothing. Where is it? Wasn't it real? Wasn't it here? Everyone reaches, but nobody can touch it. The dark comes again. We all die again. I wake up. Here again. Monica bows a little bit after she finishes. I'm all over what she's reading. I don't really get it.
That sounds like something Yuri would have written. Oh, is that a bad thing? Of course not!
What does reverie mean? I don't think I've heard it before.
It's an English word. That means something like having a pleasant daydream. But it comes from a French word that means madness. Appropriate for Halloween, isn't it?
Let's save it. Monica smiles, is looking a bit more sinister than normal. Somehow.
How cultured!
Yuri looks a little distressed at the implication of Natsuki's sarcasm, at the idea of Monica's poem sounded like something she might have written. Do both meanings relate to the poem?
You could say that.
What do you mean?
It reflects on how blissful an act can make the pain go away. For a little while.
Now finally Sayori. I'm interested in what Sayori might have written. She's a little bittersweet, but let's see. My old friend, That looks like something you buy at Party City for like 30 bucks. There is a dark and hollow thing that follows me close to me, and it clings. It sticks to me and turns and turn when I spin around and discern. And the dark and the deep, the faint shape that I keeps. It goes away when sunlight shines. The sun shines sweet and warm and kind. But does it really? Is it gone? Or does it secretly keep on? Is it really hiding there? Starting from beneath the chair, glaring from the top of the stairs. Nowhere, but yet everywhere. In the corner, in the gap. I stare in, it looks back. Weighing down. Draining out.
That was very interesting, Sayori. I always enjoy seeing a poet step out of their comfort zone a little, especially when it comes with writing horror. What do you mean? You typically don't write dark poems, correct? Unless I've misinterpreted. No, you're right, Yuri. It was a real change of pace, and it was fun. Well, I'm glad my suggestion has gone down well then. I figured it would be a fitting occasion.
Don't give her too much praise. She'll start thinking she's the next Stephen King.
Hey!
Nah, Blue Skies is, well, I guess when it comes to Blue Skies, mods are definitely more like, I've played some games and mods are definitely always the more preferable types because you always get a different version because everybody gets the same game when you buy the game, but once you add a mod, not everybody has the same mod. Like, I've never seen anybody play Blue Skies before, but I've seen somewhere I've seen a little bit of Doki Doki before, the original game. I watched Corey Kenshin play it for the first time, but he never really continued it. So, I never really understood what happened next.
I'd be a great horror writer. Actually, no wait, I wouldn't. I'm not big on, like, actual scary stuff.
Makes sense. What's this poem about anyway?
Well, it's about whatever you think it's about.
Are you trying to sound like Yuri?
No, silly. I didn't write it with a specific thing in mind. It can be about whatever you fear the most. Hiding away, always there, never leaving. Even when you think it's all sunshine and rainbows, it never really truly goes away. So, it can be whatever you think it is. A terrible secret, a scary monster, a childhood fear of the dark. It could be made up, or it could be real. It doesn't just scare you. Maybe whatever it is trains you as well, bit by bit. And what makes it scary is knowing it's always there.
Holy crap. It's safe to say that no one expected that from her. The temporary silence in the room confirms that. Natsuki frowns, evidently nonplussed by what she just heard. Even the cool calm Monica looks a little taken aback. Yuri, on the other hand, smiles contentedly, seemingly unfazed by the somber explanation coming from Sayori's mouth. Wow. Okay. It's not just me who didn't see that coming, right? Laughter fills the club room.
I mean it, Sayori. Your use of metaphors and use of darker thematic imagery was very refreshing to see. Just do me a favor and don't turn into another Yuri, okay? Natsuki. I'm kidding. It was great, Sayori. Aw, you guys.
Alright, guys. Our poems have been pretty good so far. But just wait until you hear fuck! Just wait till you guys hear my poem. An evil grin stretches my face as I whip out my own poem.
Phew. If you're confident, I'll be going forward to looking at your recitation. Did you put extra effort into this one, Curly?
Well, not quite.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's not a poem that I wrote myself.
Curly.
But I promise that it's very appropriate for the occasion. This is a poem that has an urban legend attached to it. Supposedly, if you read it out loud, you'll be cursed so that something tragic happens to you. Maybe even death.
Curly, that's so scary.
I know, right? It's great. This poem is titled Tomino's Hell, written and poet by named Saijo Yaso. And it also happens to be the poem that I'll be reading to you guys all at this very moment.
Curly, don't do it. What if something really bad happens to you? Yeah, right. It's called an urban legend for a reason, you know. The emphasis on legend as if something's not real. Still, I'd like to see that data on all people who've read it so far. And statistically speaking, it's like something tragic will eventually happen to you anyway.
I find that there's always some kind of element of truth behind these stories, though. Of course, the truth might not reflect the literal meaning of the stories and legends. However, there's likely a message behind the legend.
Yeah, I'm not gullible enough to believe any of that stuff, though.
Alright guys, settle down. You can all voice your thoughts after I finish it. Tomino's Hell. Elder sister vomits blood. Younger sister's breathing fire. While sweet little Tomino is just spitting up the jewels. All alone does Tomino go falling into that hell. A hell of utter darkness without even flowers. Is Tomino's big sister the one who whips him? The purpose of all this scourging hang dark in his mind, lashing and thrashing him off, but never quite shattering. One sure path to it, Avicii, the eternal hell. Into the blackest of hells, guide him now, I pray. To the golden sheep, to the nightingale. How much did he put in that leather pouch to prepare for his trek to the eternal hell? Spring is coming, to the valley, to the wood, to the spiraling chasms of the blackest hell. The nightingale in her cage. Let me save it. Wait, nope, too late. The sheep aboard the wagon and tears upon the eyes of sweet little Tomino. Sing, O nightingale, in the vast misty forest. He screams. He only misses his little sister. His welling desperation echoes throughout hell. A fox poem opens its golden petals down past the several mountains and 7 rivers of hell. The solitary journey of sweet little Tomino. If in this hell they be found, may they then come to me, please. Those sharp spikes of punishment from the Needle Mountain, not just on some empty whim. Is flesh pierced with blood and pins? They serve as hellish signposts for sweet little Tomino. Not sure if I'm overthinking it, but I feel a strange chill running down my spine after reading that.
Curly, that was seriously too scary.
It was alright. I should probably downplay it, at least for Sayori's sake.
I agree with Sayori. It had a very creepy, old-fashioned feel to it. After hearing that, I wouldn't doubt that something bad looms in the future. Monica!
Personally, I found that poem quite beautiful. Of course, in certain eerily. But there's a lot of symbolism and metaphors that I could pick just from hearing the one reading. I think that I'll have to look into this poem more in my free time.
Psh, you guys think that was scary? It was pretty meh in my opinion. That poet was clearly trying too hard to be edgy and smart.
If I may respectfully disagree, the tone of word choice of the poem matches its content. It's not written to simply be edgy. After all, if I understood it correctly, Tomino was banished to hell for murdering his own parents.
Eh? How'd you get that out of the poem?
Well, it mentions that Tomino is on the way to Avicii, the lowest of hells in Buddhism. and killing one's parent is one of the ways you get sent there.
Oh well, whatever. I still don't like it.
Oh, well, you guys can agree to disagree.
Whether you like the poem or not, you'd have to agree that the legend attached to it is pretty interesting, right? I mean, I guess. Curly, I'm gonna have to keep a good eye on you from now on, just in case that legend comes true.
Sayori, there's probably a bigger chance that something bad will happen to you first, given how clumsy you are.
Hey!
You all share a laugh at Sayori joining them after a moment of pouting.
Guys, this has been enjoyable. It's fun to scare your friends with silly pranks, and dressing up is also a lot of fun. Although, I don't really like horror that much. It's just so scary to think of what could be out there.
Stop being so chicken, Sayori.
Hey, you're the one who got scared by Monica earlier.
The girls all laugh at my expense. I let out a groan. She's never gonna let me live this one down. Touché.
Anyway, it's ghost story time, right? I don't really know many ghost stories, to be honest. Sorry. But I looked in the internet to find one. Most were super long, but I like this one. What was it? Some kind of sleep experiment? Sayori, you're rambling! Oh, oops. Sorry, I'm just new to telling scary stories. I'm curious, though, guys. What sights or sounds scares you?
I'll be honest with you. Silence scares me, especially after I read a griping horror story.
Is it just me who finds music really creepy? My piano teacher showed me a few reversed pieces once. It just feels wrong to listen to.
Let me tell you. Reversed music sounds so fucking creepy.
Especially when there's vocals.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it now because if I hear a little creepy music and it starts reversing, I might freak the fuck out. I'm just saying. Oh, it finally fixed.
You start hearing things that aren't there.
What have you listened to? Oh, you mean like you know the song for J. Cole's Neighbors? Like, I'm a fan of music because I'm a musician, I'm a rapper. So, but Neighbors to J. Cole is actually the beat reversed to A Tale of Twin Cities. Just in case, you know. But like, yeah, that's one of the reverse ones that I heard, and I'm like, wow, that was interesting.
Come on, Natsuki. There has to be something out there that really creeps you out. You'll just laugh.
We won't.
She's right, Natsuki. We've all shared what it is.
Probably. It's like I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Sheesh, why? Natsuki averts her eyes to the floor.
The noises that children toys make.
The ice cream man, ain't no way.
It's like when I'm home alone and I think of like a Jack-in-the-Box playing for itself. It creep you guys out too.
Nah, I'm with you. I've always found anything to do with children scary, especially in the dark. The sound of babies crying, for example. Normally it's annoying, but if I heard in the dark and there was no one else around, I shiver.
Well, it's fitting you mentioned that, Curly. Don't you remember that argument we had on Halloween back when we were little kids?
No. Sayori, where's this going?
We were both on our way to a Halloween party. It was pretty quiet, so you could hear everything. I heard the sound of a baby crying, but it wasn't coming from inside anyone's house or anything. There weren't many people on the streets either, and it definitely wasn't one of them. It was coming from a
down a dark alley. What? Oh, it was coming from down a dark alley. I totally read that incorrectly. I was so confused. A chill runs down by my spine as I remember exactly what incident she's talking about.
Yeah, I remember I wanted to go home and investigate. I was scared. It was a toddler in danger. But you didn't let me. You were too chicken too.
Hey!
Okay. We're in a rush. But anyways, pretty creepy, right? I guess I can see what you kind of mean about babies crying creepily. I was a bit scared myself. Looking back, I'm glad you convinced me not to go.
Guess being a whip has its perks, huh? Yuri, Sayori, and Natsuki all laugh. However, Monica looks at me like she'd been slapped in the face.
Guys, do you not realize how lucky you were? Eh? Oh god, you guys have no idea.
What?
Sayori did anything seem a bit off about the baby's cry?
Sayori crunches up her face in an attempt to recall.
No, not really. Well, it did sound a bit repetitive though. Like the cries didn't change much.
Monica's voice shaken as she replied.
Guys, that what serial killers do to lure a young woman out.
I can't help but burst into laughter. What? Pretend to be babies? Come on, Monica. You had me going for a second, but you kind of ruined the punchline. She looked straight into my eyes.
No, Curly. They recorded a clip of a baby's cries and hides the speaker in a dark place. They prey on a woman's maternal instincts because they know they're attracted to the sound of infants in distress.
The laughter dies down on my lips as cold and sickening silence takes it to the place. Oh my god. Bro, I just realized I'm home alone. Hearing all this shit. And I don't have a weapon next to me. I have an empty water bottle. I don't feel safe anymore.
They just recorded a small segment and replayed over and over.
It all makes sense now. The unnatural cries in the dark alley. A meticulous, calculated effort to ensnare an unsuspecting victim.
Wait, hang on. Did Miss Kasumi go missing around that time?
Miss Kasumi used to teach Sayori and I a long time ago. What happened to her exactly? Sayori shrugs.
You were told that she moved away suddenly to work in a different part of the country, right? People used to spread really scary, horrible rumors about what happened to her, but they didn't really make any sense.
Hang on. She had a child of her own that year, didn't she? Oh god, she did. And my parents wouldn't really discuss her whenever I asked. They were really dismissive of the whole thing. I always wondered why.
Oh my goodness. Wait, you guys actually believe that?
Everybody looks at Natsuki shocked.
Oh, come on! There's no way you guys almost walked into that trap! Besides, is this an urban legend?
What happened? What happened to the teacher?
Fuck.
What happened to the teacher then? She just disappeared and Curly's parents refused to talk about it? I don't know about you, but it just seems pretty convenient for this story.
Well, maybe some things are better off left unanswered, huh? Although I do hope Sayori and I are just misremembering.
Well, on a cheerful note, how about we move on to the next story? I'd like to nominate Natsuki. My story? Natsuki, do you not have one? Hey, I never said that! I do, but it's just... I got it off the internet. I don't like horror, so if it's bad, it's not my fault, okay?
Natsuki clears her throat.
Anyway, it's about these two friends named Oi and Nariko. Basically, there was a rumor going around their high school about people seen going in and out of abandoned houses on the outskirts of town. Most people thought they were drug dealers, but some swore by the fact that the house was being used by a cult or some sort. Aoi and Nariko were pretty outgoing and adventurous, so they decided to check it out one night. They go into the house and it's pitch black. Luckily, Ao bought a flashlight for the two of them. Nariko, on the other hand, bought a knife with her just in case they ran into any trouble. They go inside and the place reeks. We're talking Curly Room's level of stink.
Hey! Everybody busts out laughing. Was that really necessary?
Sorry, I had to. Anyway, they look around for a bit, and they find a door to the basement They found a door to the basement, the stairs to the second floor, things like that. Finally, they go into the kitchen and find the source of the smell. There's some weed on the table and it looks recently used. This confirms Aoi's suspicion that it's with drug dealers, and she wants to leave. Nariko, on the other hand, still wants to snoop around for a bit. They get into an argument with each other, with Nariko calling Aoi a coward because she thinks Aoi wants to leave because she's afraid of all the rumors. Then Nariko goes, yeah, well, if you're not afraid, then go down to the basement. Aoi gladly accepts and walks over to the basement door. As soon as she opens it, she feels a sharp pain in her back, and before she can react, she gets pushed down by the stairs. She tumbles down by the stair, and once she hits the bottom, she realizes she can't feel her own legs. Her vision is blurred, but she can barely make out a figure standing on the top of the stairs with a knife. The last thing Aoi hears before she passes out is Nariko's footsteps, as she describes down the stairwell an old grizzled voice that says, "This one will do nicely." The very next day, Nariko and Aoi call in sick. It's kind of a shame, really, because they miss out on all the talk about how someone heard strange animal-like growling noise coming from the old abandoned house from the outskirts of town. So, yeah, hope you liked it or whatever. What happened to Nariko and Aoi at the end? They didn't die, did they? Use your imagination. Nice story, Natsuki. Cults usually provide good fodder for horror stories.
Indeed. I've read quite a few novels involving cults.
Doesn't the Portrait of Markov involve something like that?
Something similar, yes.
Speaking of Yuri and horror stories, how about you go next, Yuri?
Me? Alright then.
Give it your best shot.
I like doing my Yuri voice. It's very close to my own voice, so it kind of feels nice. Doing the girl voices kind of hurt my throat, just a little bit.
You're walking alone, one pale autumnal night. The moon is graceful, casting down her light down below the snowdrops. As you continue down your path, something shambles behind you. You turn around to look. What might it be? But all you see is a cluster of leaves rustled in the pale air. Slowly returning, you notice the light in every house around you is going, then flickering before fully extinguishing. With tentative steps, you advance toward the one of them to investigate. Just as you reach the window, you hear something snapping behind you. A broken twig all remains. Uncertainty floating around your inside head. You unconsciously start walking faster away from the suburbs. Eventually, you find solace in silence. The only sounding being your heartbeat. It's quiet. Nothing bad seems to be happening now. In fact, nothing at all seems to be happening. Confused, you look around, seeing in front of you your house and the street lights. No one is staring, nor is there any lights. Gently pacing towards your house, you go through the door. The lights are on, the television on, but no one in sight. This is usually how you're expecting your parents to be home tonight. Have they gone out without telling you? No, that couldn't be it. They always let you know where they'll be. You pull out your phone and pull up your contacts, give them a call. However, no one is registered as there anymore.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Someone's knocking at my door, and this is very inconvenient about how everything's going. So I'll be back in like 60 seconds. Okay. You're right, I should definitely save the game. Man, you don't know how scared I was just now. My fucking... Yeah, I was definitely scared just now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Anyways,
No matter how hard you try to remember, you can't call out to them. Suddenly, there is a heavy knock on the door. You peer through the keyhole, but see no one. Another knock. Another. Another.
Yo, the fucking crazy eyes is crazy. That shit caught me off guard. The little... Yeah, that gave me flashbacks that I'm not very happy to have.
You cautiously open the door, but there's still no one anywhere. How did this happen? Why are you alone? In a piercing silence. Silence so loud it fills the air. You do not know. There isn't any way for you to find out.
Oh, like the little yandere face? The yandere face from regular Doki Doki? Water.
That's it. What a dumb story. Nothing even happened. What were the scary monsters and stuff?
There is no greater fear than the unknown, Natsuki. Sharp claws can be prepared for. Enigmatic silence cannot. What's more fearful? Something you know that's coming for you, or feeling safe when you're in fact not?
Quite a somber note to the end of this story, Yuri. We can always count on you for a good horror tale, huh? Anyway, I'll go next. Although, a scary story? Now that I think about it, I don't think I've come up with a ghost story before. I haven't read so many horror stories either.
Well, I guess that isn't a surprise.
Just make one up then. It'll be fun. Well, I can't say I've tried that before. Are you trying to get out of telling a story? Of course not. Now that I think about it, there's one I've heard of.
Mana's expression turns serious. The mood of the room turns serious. She used the same intensity she did when she reads her poems, and everyone quiets down.
A number of years ago, Tanabata had come along as it does every year. It's the story of a lost little girl. Where am I? She cried. She cried and cried, hoping desperately she could find someone to help her. But the little girl was alone. Nobody could hear her. But just as all hope seemed lost, she heard a voice. Isn't the night wonderful? The girl looked up. Right before there was nobody was now a man in an elegant yukata. He wore that it looked like no. He wore what looked like a no mask, but it was completely blank. Behind the man stood a stall, masks of lanterns and all sorts of things hanging from it.
How rude of me.
The man admonished himself.
Welcome, dear customer. Your heart seems unhappy. Why not take a look at my wares?
The man said as he gestured to the mask behind him.
Please take one. That will bring a smile to your face.
The girl grinned at the masks. There were ones that looked frightening, others that looked strange, ones that looked exotic, and many others. What about your mask, mister? The girl asked.
I'm sorry, but this mask is very special. It's not for sale.
The girl looked sad. I like that mask. It looks really cool. The man laughed softly.
It has been called many things, but this is perhaps the first time it has been called cool. Would you like a fruit?
The man asked, picking from the tree behind him. They were sweet and delicious. The girl reached out to take it, but the man pulled his hand back.
Ah, they're not for children.
The girl was confused.
But just tonight, it should be fun.
He said as he offered his hand once again. In the festival of the night, children can become adults, and adults can become children. Is that true? Asked the girl, and the man assured her it was. The girl took the fruit and bit into it. It was very unlike anything she had tasted before. It was almost overwhelming, but the flavor was wonderful. It's good, the girl said happily. The man laughed again.
I'm glad you think so. There's plenty, so eat all you like.
As she... Fuck. My voice totally was not ready. Let me save it just in case.
As she ate, the man took down a mask.
What about this one?
The girl looked at the mask. It looks like me, but She looks like a little princess, the girl said.
Do you like it? Please, take it.
But what about money? Asked the girl.
I don't need money. Instead, I would like to be friends. Is that okay?
Of course, the girl agreed. From now on, we're friends.
I'm glad.
The man said with gratitude.
Why not put on your mask?
The girl did so. She was overcome with a strange feeling. Why is it?
She asked. Ah, at long last. Long I have dreamt of this moment. My dear, my Eve, my only friend.
The man smiled beneath the mask as she spoke as the light of the stars began to fade. For it is the festival of the night where children become adults and adults become children. Let it be known. Another unconventional horror story, I see. Yep. I guess monster-less horror stories are more popular than you think.
I'd rather like mysterious tone myself. It's very reminiscent of style of Asian horror stories.
You guys have a weird sense of stories of what's scary. I mean, this story isn't necessarily meant to scare you to death. Spirits don't have to just be frightening, you know. Well, it is Halloween. Aren't things supposed to be scary today? But Halloween is fun too, not just scary.
Alright, you guys, break it up. Let's just agree to disagree again. Monica smiles gratefully at me while Natsuki shoots me a disgruntled look at. Anyway, it's my turn to tell a story. So this is something that actually happened to me and a friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
So it happened to Sayori then? Huh? This story's about me? Is that true, Curly?
What? No, it's not.
Let's just get on with the story, shall we?
Right. Anyway, so this friend of mine lived alone in an apartment building. He lived in the downtown area and loved to party all night, and one night, he was out as usual. However, he stumbled back home in the early hours of the morning. He realized that not only he lost his keys, he was locked out of his apartment. So he ended up having to call his landlord, who was pissed of having to wake up in the middle of the night to let him back in. But in the end, he was able to get home safely, so that's all that matters, right?
I can certainly relate to that comforting feeling.
Right, but when he got inside, he noticed his keys were actually on his nightstand. So he didn't lose them after all.
They were an extra set of keys his landlord lent him?
Nope. He was able to recognize them by the keychain he attached to it.
So that's it?
Pretty much, yeah.
What's so scary about that?
Guess you haven't realized it yet.
What do you mean?
The apartment was locked when he got in, right?
Yeah, I got that part.
But his keys were still in the apartment. So how do you suppose he locked it then?
Huh? Someone must have gotten into his apartment place, then locked the inside. Then locked the door from the inside.
And the only sets of keys were my friend's and his landlord, so...
Whoever it was brought the keys back and was still in the apartment when he got home. But who was it then?
He never found out.
So you're gonna make me permanently paranoid. That was quite an enjoyable story, Curly.
Oh wait, that was Yuri. Fuck! I forget to change the voices. Ah, Lord.
Although it was short, the realization at the end definitely made up for that.
Plus, the story calls on the real fears of things like that, like squatters or stalkers or killers.
What the fuck is a squatter?
Who knows? Maybe one of us has a squatter living in our own home, hidden away, never to be found. Stop right there! I don't even want to think about it! Okay, that story wasn't half bad.
Glad you liked it all. I'll have to admit, this has been pretty fun, guys.
Yeah, it really has. We should do this stuff more often. Sayori, Halloween comes once a year. Oh, yeah.
If I may make a suggestion.
We all look towards her.
Well, as it's fitting for the mood, would you like to try the Kokori-san game?
Huh? What's that? Oh, the Ouija board thing? Pfft, isn't that some kind of urban legend?
Only if you believe it is, Natsuki.
Ouija board stuff, huh? On one hand, although it's not very hard to scare me, I'm a bit skeptical about ghosts. Although, I've heard a lot of people that have been messing around with the dark arts is dangerous business. I mean, we're in a dark school, late at night, with no one else around. If we really did open a portal to a malevolent spirit to enter our world, who knows what could happen? Nah, that's a bit far-fetched. At least it was very spooky. At least if the spooky ghosts kill me, I won't have to do. At least I won't have to do the math homework for next week. Seems a lot more tempting now. Can you tell us more, Yuri?
Of course. So Kokiri-san is the name of the spirit we'll summon. The name compromises 3 animals: a fox, cock, a dog, ku, and a raccoon, ri. Each animal represents something different. For example, the dog is loyal and protecting, while the fox is a trickster or a teacher. You can ask Kokiri-san different things. You can ask who loves you, whether you'll become rich, etc.
Hang on. You can ask it anything?
A devilish smile crosses her face.
Why don't we ask Kokiri-san when we're gonna die?
Yuri looks aghast, nervously fiddling around her strands of hair.
Natsuki, there are questions you shouldn't ask, and that's one of them.
Nah, come on, Yuri. This is perfect timing for it.
I don't think you realize what you're getting into. There are many stories when people are messing around with spirits and all the endings are awful consequences.
Aw, come on, Yuri. Besides, it's part dog. If it starts trying to possess someone, we can just throw a stick for it.
Also, it's a Shinto spirit, not a demon or a ghost.
Not Spooky is the one wearing a bone outfit, and we'll know all the dogs love bones. So it's just hers, gotta worry.
Natsuki would have made a wonderful Medusa if the death glue era like that.
Well, seeing we've already broken into and have some illegal contraband on our hands.
We shoot a wink at Yuri, who ducks her head down, blushing.
Adding an animalistic wrath into the mix. Well, might as well. Yay, that's the spirit.
Okay then, let's begin the preparations.
I've never been too fond of weird summoning shit. I personally have never done this shit, nor do I think I'll ever have the balls to do it. But the only reason is, growing up, I've had spiritual encounters, quote unquote, that I like to say, that were not very cool, that were not very nice, not pleasant experiences. I hope it's just bullshit, because I'm gonna be mad as fuck if I wake up and there's some fucking monster on my PC. Also, we had to open up a window which, according to Yuri, allows the spirit to enter and exit. The ambient noises from outside permeate the room, adding to the atmosphere within.
So, what now?
Oh, fuck! That's gonna scare the fuck out of me. Place a coin on the red gate. The Tori is where the spirits will enter. Can I actually push it there? Okay, I thought I had to actually put it. Now everyone, please place your index finger on the coin. After a bit of crowding, we managed to squeeze each tip of everyone's finger to the coin. Be careful not to... Okay, now I can do it.
What happens if we do?
Ooh, please don't.
Fine, let's do this already.
Alright.
Yuri visibly composes herself and continues.
Kokiri-san, if you're here, please move this coin.
At first, nothing happens. Just as Natsuki thought, a silly urban legend. No way. There's no way the coin just moved. My eyes had to be playing tricks on me. The coin initially on the red Tori slowly slides to yes.
Did you guys see that?
Even Natsuki is in a state of disbelief.
Alright, who did that? Real jokesters are you? Very funny.
The crickets outside can be heard clearly in the silence that follows. No one steps up to claim responsibility for the coin's movement.
Wow, so that's how it's gonna be, huh? Whoever it is, just tell us already.
More crickets.
Fine, I'm not bringing cupcakes anymore until someone admits it. But not Spooky. And stop calling me that. I bet it was Yuri. She was just the one who suggested this.
Me? I would never.
I guess Yuri is a scaredy cat. It wasn't me either. Yeah, so Yuri's a scaredy cat too. So that leaves Yuri and Monica. Natsuki, have you considered maybe that it really is Kokiri-san moving the coin? Yeah, right. There's no such thing as ghosts.
Kokiri-san is not a ghost. It's a spirit.
Same difference.
Well, all I have to say is that I didn't do it. Natsuki's skeptical glare causes me to hurry on. But I know that there's gotta be some kind of sort of scientific explanation for this. Of course! I gotta be the nigga that says, scientific is everything. What if it's just an actual ghost? What if I'm an actual idiot? What if I'm like, okay, this is actually fucking happening? Then fucking what? And then if I piss the nigga off, he's gonna come hunt a nigga in his sleep. And I don't want that! I can't seriously be witnessing paranormal, can I?
Okay, Einstein. What's your scientific explanation for this, then?
I'm working on it.
It has to be one of us doing it. I know. Why don't you ask Kokiri-san something that Curly and I couldn't have known? Given that you seem to suspect us most. Okay, then Sayori, ask it something. But what should I ask it? I don't know anything that Curly and Monica couldn't have known. Oh, I know. Kokiri-san, can you please tell me what I have on the top shelf of my refrigerator? What kind of question is that supposed to be? Sorry, I guess I'm kind of hungry.
The banter peters out. We expectedly watch the coin. Suddenly, the coin jerks a little to the right. Natsuki squints and scrutinizes each of our faces. Meanwhile, the rest of the girls' eyes begin to glued on the coin. Yuri's face bleaching at each further moment. Everyone seems to await the bated breath as the coin slowly moves inches over. R.A. Sayori's eyes widen while Yuri is ever so slightly backs away from the paper. The coin carries on moving.
Ramen? They're leftovers.
Sayori, you've really got to eat more healthier.
But it tastes so tasty!
Should we really be asking Kokiri-san to answer such frivolous questions?
That wasn't frivolous at all! We were proving whether it's one of us or not. And now you're having your answer. None of us moved it.
Wait, so is that supposed to mean...
It was Kokoro-san who moved it.
Monica seems awfully cheerful to this revelation. Man, Monica, does anything faze you?
I've just been in much scarier scenarios than this.
The fuck does that mean? Oh, I guess technically she did get her whole existence deleted. Technically.
Plus, I've got to stay confident as president, you know?
I see.
Oh, so Kakiri-san is real then?
Ooh, I tried to tell you all guys to take this seriously.
I mean, you really can't blame us for thinking that this was fake. I still think there's a trick to this.
Natsuki.
Whatever, if you want us to take this seriously, then I'll take this seriously, places, okay?
Natsuki.
Kokiri-san, what is the date of my death?
Yuri throws me a frightened look as well as we wait for the move again. Her fingers feel as cold as against mine. Slowly, the coin moves from the letter N and inches over to the numbers. 31/10/2018.
That's today.
I don't like this game anymore.
Some questions are better off not being asked.
That can't be true, right?
Kokiri-san, what about the other girls in this room?
You're a hoe for that! You're a fucking hoe for that, Natsuki! You're a hoe for that! You just really sealed all our fucking fates! What the fuck?! The coin doesn't move. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Don't you want to know the date of your own death?
Yeah, like some piece of paper is gonna tell me what that's gonna be.
You looked pretty scared earlier.
Shut up! As I move away, Yuri grasps.
Curly, we haven't properly finished the game. There's a certain procedure. There's no point. You already broke the finger on top of the coin rule. What do we do?
No, so basically, Natsuki's dumbass just asked the fucking ghost, when do I die? And it said today. Wait a fucking second. This shit was made back in 2018. That's crazy. And and then on top of that, her dumbass asks when the rest of the girls are gonna die. The coin didn't move, thank fucking Lord. But that shit might just mean they're all fucked. Sorry, Yuri. I'll come back to help you finish in a bit.
You better hurry, Curly.
Phew, finally out the club room. I can't believe that game actually scared me. Although I'm curious to know who was the one who rigged the game. It had to have been rigged, right? The bathroom is pitch black when I opened the door to save the faint moonlight lighting the bathroom mirror. The contrast between the darkness and the shining glass that dazzles me for a moment until I notice it. The dark figure within the glass, standing completely still. All the urban legends that I've heard involving mirrors begin to rush through my head. Some instincts inside me stops from moving, as if I do would stop me from being noticed. I don't even dare take a breath. As my eyes start to water from the lack of oxygen, the figure in the mirror seems to start waving to me as well. Crap, crap, crap. I can't take it anymore. As I bend over to take a wheezing breath, the figure ducks down as well. Huh? Is that my reflection? Scanning my surroundings, I quickly jump to the light switch, flick the light as possible. The fluorescent lights overhead flick to life, confirming my suspicion. I glare at my reflection, then snort. Luckily, no one had to see that. I slammed the stall door short on my compulsion, as a sign of bravado to myself, I guess. Cringing at the shockingly loud echoes that reverberate around the bathroom, I can't help but remain quiet now. The frigid tap water also. Bro thought bro was getting haunted, bro. Bro had to take a little leak. I should probably hurry back. That was perhaps the most nerve-wracking trip to the bathroom I've ever taken. I shake my head. Snap out of it, Curly. All these stories aren't real. Ghosts aren't real. It's awfully quiet back in the clubroom, though. I wonder what witchcraft the girls are up to now. Stepping into the classroom, a pang of fear that adrenaline shoots through my heart. At first glance, the girls seemed to quickly disappeared, but I quickly realized. Oh, very convincing, guys. Yeah, I totally believe that you're all actually dead. Very funny. A slight rustling gets my attention. Something in my peripheral vision on the Kokiri-san's paper. Curious, I amble over. You should never have come. What? What's the coin spilling out this time? More importantly, how is the coin moving by itself? Mine flashed back before Larry left. We hadn't probably finished the game. There was a certain procedure that we were supposed to follow. But what happened if you don't do it at all? It's not like the ghosts are real, though. Right? They must be playing a prank on me right now. Right? I reach down to shake Monica's shoulder. She's lying prone to be on the floor. I can't help but feel a dread that her body will be cold. I start to reach down. I freeze. Are those footsteps outside? No one else is supposed to be here in the school, right? In a panicked state, I scan the bodies on the floor. All the girls are here, so the footsteps grow louder. They don't sound normal. Almost like they're shuffling, dragging along. Is this real? Am I starting to hear things now? The blood rushing to my ears, drowning out the sound of footsteps. Where are they now? I can't tell. Are they close by? Should I hide? How much time until they reach the club room? I can't tell. Crap, crap, crap. I throw myself onto the floor, squeezing my eyes shut. The sound of my heart hammering my chest, almost deafening. Over the drumming of my heart, I hear it. The footsteps stopping right outside the club room. Please, please, please don't open the door. As the door rattles open, there's an awful sickening silence. And as someone or something breathes. I can still save, so I'm not too worried. Some kind of raspy gurgling and a low, deep vocalization. Something that sounds off, as in someone had warped their voice in a computer program. Something completely and utterly unnatural that raised the hair on my back of my skin. Pull, pull. Oh no! I feel absolutely paralyzed. My muscles tense. My jaw aching from my clenching it shut in my nervousness. But if I realize my adrenaline is running through my body, it would immediately give me away with my trembling. As the sweat trickles down the side of my head, I hear the drawing near. Pull, pull, pull. I'm not sure you guys know about this urban legend, but this urban legend is about Hashishaku-sama, the 7-foot woman. A warm moistness settles on my neck as if someone were breathing over me. I dare not to breathe. The idea of breathing fetid smell of its breath nearly triggers my gag reflex. Am I just imagining this? I can't, can I? I can't think of any way that this could be a simple prank. There's no way any of the girls could have manufactured this, being that feels wrong to its very core. The temptation to satisfy my curiosity and look at whatever's hovering about me is almost overpowering. But an instinct deep within me demands to keep my eyes shut. I can't help but feel dread that something horrific will happen if I look up. All I can do is pray for this thing to go away. Please go away, please go away, please go away. Maybe this mantra can help me drown the sheer fear I'm feeling. All sounds chanting my mantra overheard my head and realize the room has gone quiet. Suspiciously quiet. Is it too soon to move? I'll give it 5 minutes and I peek in the room. Seconds turn to years and years turn to decades. I can't tell how many times has passed. And given my panic state, I don't trust myself to judge well. It feels like an hour's passed, but it's probably more like a minute or two. Or has it been 5? Should I open my eyes? Should I? Hold on, shouldn't I be getting help for the others soon? But if something happens to me, then I can't get help from them. What do I do? How much longer should I hold out for? I can't believe this is actually happening. I've gone insane, haven't I? Do I dare open my eyes? I strain to hear something, but it's completely silence. Do I dare? Do I? Maybe I should, if only to end this torment. Screw it. I cautiously open my eyes to the smallest bit, peeking out from behind the curtain floors. Nothing's there, just an empty classroom. A wave of relief cascades through my body, and as quietly as I dare let out a breath I've been holding in. I lay there for a bit, breathing heavily. Slowly I get up and I walk over Monica and desperately shake her head. In my hysterically state, I can't help but think she's probably dead. Monica, please wake up.
Your face.
Monica! My what?
You should have seen your face.
She sets up, emerald-eyed, tearing from within.
What, did you think you were actually dead?
Her laughter fills the room as the other girls also sit up.
I'm sorry for scaring you twice in one night, Curly. But as you said, it is Halloween.
This whole thing, it was just a prank? Bro, my heart was beating out my asshole. Like, fuck. The board on the footsteps,
Of course.
Yuri told me
about Kokodai-san about a week before Halloween, so I was able to rig the answers. It wasn't a ghost or anything like that, dummy. So you would have said that Kokodai-san was right no matter what answer Monica made to give.
And the footsteps?
Nigga, this is why you couldn't take me to work? Nigga, this is the reason.
Sorry, my brother was talking to me. He just came home from school.
There are some little speakers that hid outside the classroom. Sarah had the idea of pre-recording some footsteps and then sending them to me so we could make it sound like something was coming.
I said all the tension that leaves my body. At least there was a rational explanation with all of them. As the other girls laugh, I can't help but join in. Yep, they got me fair and square. Okay guys, I'll admit, you played me. You got me good. I'm curious though. How did you get another person to agree to this?
Huh? What do you mean?
Come on, game. Come on, guys. The game's up. I know it's just a prank.
No, serious, what do you mean?
Are you guys really gonna keep up the joke? You know the guy who came in while I was on the floor, right? He was all gurgly and raspy, kept making the noises. Like he was saying, well, I'll sound dumb if I try to mimic him. But he sounded like Paul.
Curly, what are you talking about? We didn't ask anyone else to help out. After all, we couldn't take the risk to have someone report that we trespassed.
Indeed, Monika's rules was simply to rig the Kukuri spiritual ritual and use the speakers. What are you talking about? As far as we're concerned, we're the only ones who were in the building.
What? Are you guys completely serious right now? The girls all nod at me.
The only things I deliberately did was the moving the coin around while I was touching it and rigging the speakers.
Nothing else.
That's right.
Sayori, you swear you're telling the truth.
I am.
Cheryl would never lie to me like this. Wait, so you guys didn't hear it? They all exchanged a look of bewilderment. Am I actually losing my mind?
Like Yuri said, I'm pretty sure it's just us in the building.
You're honestly telling me you didn't hear anything else? The girls share a look of alarm.
Curly, relax. There was nothing there. It's okay. Yeah, even if something spooky goes, I would have kicked its butt.
The change of humor along with Sayori's reassurance helps me calm down a little. I'm not exactly convinced, but if the others didn't see or hear anything, then they were in the same room. I must have just imagined it, right?
Okay, everyone. It's getting late. Let's clean up and call it a night.
So, I guess that nigga was this close to getting fucking raped by Hashishaku-sama. Bro was real close to getting absolutely just crazily butt-fucked just now. Like, bro was about to die. Like, just straight fucked.
I used to think that I'd grow out of Halloween, but today made me realize that anyone can enjoy it. Horror can be fun. Maybe I'll take Yuri more serious about stuff. You okay?
Huh? Yeah, I'm good. I was just thinking about the Ouija board.
That thing really got you, huh? I was a little scared too, even though I knew Monica was behind it all. Anyway, I'll see you to school tomorrow. Good night.
See you, Sayori. As I turn to walk home, I can't help but laugh. Yeah, those girls got me good. I never saw that coming. And the bit where the coin was moving by itself was really good too. Wait. Monica only said that she rigged the actual ritual, not that she moved the coin around afterwards. Not to mention, there was no way she could have moved it when she was on the floor. The coin, the entity. So that means... I take it back. I hate Halloween. Bro, I'd be scared of my life. Man, it's late in the morning. I'm glad there's no school today. It feels sleeping in this late, doing something besides playing games. I was up at least till 1 in the morning, just reading. It isn't incredibly often that I find myself reading more and more lately. It started when I found that I was getting tired of playing the same games over and over again. The monotony of just logging in, playing, winning some but losing, just felt unsatisfying. While there were some people who I play with every once in a while, we hardly talked about anything except the games. The session usually ends up with someone getting irritated and leaving anyway. With books on the other hand, I can open up and close them even though the school and pick up right where left off. Plus, I don't have to rely on Wi-Fi to read books. Music kind of loud. I'm turning it down a little bit. Just a little tad bit. Even up until recently, when I read for classes, it really felt forced. I still feel that way when I have to read something dry and boring like a textbook, but it's different when I get to pick up something to read that's genuinely interesting. I wonder if I would feel the same way about games if I were forced to play them for class. While I want to dismiss the idea of disliking games altogether, I feel like I'd get tired of anything really quickly if it was forced on me. A stomach growl interrupts my morning rumination. Looks like it's time to grab some breakfast. My morning routine is finished. I settle down at my desk. I should probably do some homework. What the? English is one seriously weird language. How do kids learn how to speak this in the West? You know what? I think it's time for a break. Most of my homework is done anyways, so it seems like a good time to take a walk. Man, the gray clouds are really looming today. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Although, where am I going? I don't really have a destination in particular. I guess I'll just walk around and for now, see what catches my eye. I am wandering to a shopping center. Wait a minute. It looks like there's a bookstore here as well. Maybe I can ask Yuri to check it out with me sometime. But in the meantime, a sweet smell catches my attention. It smells like freshly baked pastries. I wouldn't mind grabbing something that was sweet right now. It seems like a quaint little bakery, the culprit of the fragrance permeating the air. And are those Sayuri and Natsuki sitting outside? All the more reason to take a look in the bakery. Hey guys, fancy meeting you here.
Huh? Oh, hi Curly.
The two of them are seated in a small corner table, Natsuki holding a couple cream puffs to herself, rather possessively, while Sayuri is munching on 3 giant cookies. Bro, I want to go to a little fucking thing now. I'm getting hungry. I'm not gonna lie to you. That sounds so good right now. Just eating some sweets. This seems like a pretty nice place.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. They have some really great sweets, like their vanilla cake. And the giant chick.
Fuck. Salt is better. You like salty things? Like chips?
And the giant chocolate chip cookie is super yummy.
The fits are on point. I'm just like looking around like the backgrounds, just admiring how much effort and hard work's been put into here. Sayuri practically unhinges her jaw to take another bite of the cookie.
I'm surprised to see you out at the house. What brings you here? Stalking girls in your free time?
Nah, the scent of sweet called my name. Plus, I need to take a break from homework. There's only so many questions that I can look before my head starts spinning. Not to mention, English as a language is a nightmare to learn.
Ugh, I actually don't get why you have to learn all this stuff like Algebra 2 and Calculus. Unless we're doing this stuff really math related for our jobs, I doubt we'll ever have to use this stuff. Well, at least English is pretty useful.
I mean, I guess.
Hey, why don't you grab something to eat already?
Sounds like a plan. I glance up at the menu as I make my way to the counter. This place looks like a variety of teas as well, including oolong tea. I should really learn the types of tea. Oolong is the only one I know so far that Yuri drinks. Nevertheless, I'm sure Yuri would like this place. On top of the teas, they have cakes, donuts, croissants, bagels, pastries ranging from the sweet to sour, and pretty much everything bread related. I guess I'll just have a chocolate cake and orange infused black tea. They have chocolate cake brownies that look really good as well, but with my exercise habits, they're probably way too rich for me. I set my tray down with the clatter once I get back to the table.
So, what you got?
I went with the chocolate cake and black tea.
Not Yuri's oolong then?
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's still a little too bitter for me.
I'll tea is bitter. It's only good after you add a ton of sugar in it.
It's definitely an acquired taste. On another note, the cake looks really good though. The chocolate cake is thick and dense, with 3 layers of different kinds of chocolates between the cake. Bro, I want some sweet now. Fuck. Just looking at this giving me a sugar high. And I just called the brownies rich. On the other hand, the tea is rather bittersweet, the hint of orange cutting through the bitterness of the tea. As I pick up my fork, I notice Sayori eyeing my cake. To be fair, this is a rather large slice. I take a chunk out of it with my fork and try balancing it with all 3 layers on it. Taking a bite of the sweetness is not always overwhelming as I thought it would be. Instead, it feels like incredibly thick, like the dark chocolate enveloping my tongue, and the fudge melting in my mouth. The girls look at me as I grin like an idiot.
You're making such a funny face, Curly. Yeah, you really look funny.
Hey, this is some good cake, Natsuki. Sayori keeps on staring at the cake. Hey Sayori, you want a bite?
Of course.
She takes her fork and takes a chunk out of the part I didn't touch. You want some too, Natsuki?
Are you sure?
Come on, you want to get fat trying to eat? You want me to get fat trying to eat it all myself?
You're already out of shape as it is. No need to have you packing on extra pounds.
She takes a chunk out of the cake and eats it. If you eat some more, maybe you'll be as big and strong as me someday. She's stuck between wanting to insult me and taking her time to chew, so she doesn't choke. This feels pretty satisfying to watch. Sayori, on the other hand, has been awfully quiet. Sayori? It looks like Sayori took another chunk of my cake as well while I was trying to focus on Natsuki. Her mouth is filled with cake. You're so cheeky sometimes. You're trying to prep for the winter now.
I don't appreciate you calling me fat. Sayori, chew your food with your mouth and close like a normal person.
A moment passes and Sayori finishes the mouthful of cake.
I don't like it when you call me fat.
Sayori, you're literally having 3 giant cookies in front of me, and I let you have a chunk of my cake already. Scratch that, 2. She really knows how to put food away. At this rate, you might as well sign up for the sumo club while you're at it.
They have a sumo club?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And if they don't, you could be its captain.
But then I have to leave the literature club. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Besides, who'd want to watch a bunch of dudes in skimpy belts pushing each other around inside a ring? Sounds super gross and sweaty.
It's a respectable sport. I'm pretty sure you know you have to have a fair amount of muscle to do it as well. Or at least from watching TV. That's what it seems. Plus, you need to have good balance if you don't want to fall down and lose.
Maybe you should write some inspired poem if you like it so much.
2 men in a ring. A battle of wills and pride. Guts override fear. I give a mock bow.
That's better than I expected from you. Far from being so good as my poems, though. Did you make that haiku up on the spot?
Nope, heard it on the show. Yep, totally. Definitely a Curly original. The way Natsuki shoots me a glare that doesn't reach the way that Natsuki shoots me a glare doesn't reassure me that she's convinced. Natsuki knows when I be bullshitting, and I think that's funny as hell. Because I be telling straight bold lies, just lying straight through my teeth, and then Natsuki's like, Anyway, that cake was pretty good. Or the parts I had were good.
Hey, I should get going soon.
Got exams to study for?
You could say that, yeah.
She looks off to the side. Obviously not thrilled to go home and study. Looks like I should get going too. Sayori, you want to walk home with me?
Sure, that sounds fun.
I quickly wolf down the rest of my food and the others begin packing up. Since I'm here, I might as well grab something to take home too. Hold up a sec, I'm gonna grab something to take home.
Okay. I guess I'll see you later then.
See you in club, Natsuki. We wave goodbye to each other as I head back to the counter and buy 2 more slices of chocolate cake to go. Alright, let's go, Sayori.
Alrighty.
I haven't talked to Sayori as much as I'd like to lately, and this is a good excuse to do so. Especially since exams are coming up and are gonna eat up a lot of my time. So, you think you'll do alright with everything?
With what?
For a moment, it almost looks like Sayuri is a little shaken, but she quickly dispels it with a smile. You know, with exams and all that.
Oh yeah, I'll be fine. Monika's been helping me here and there, so you've got nothing to worry about.
That's good. Just make sure you take care of yourself. No point in cramming in. No point in cramming if you're gonna sleep and sleeping in and missing all your exams.
Yeah.
Sayuri kicks a rock on the sidewalk, a few feet in front of her. It clatters, bouncing into this asphalt road. Is something up?
Oh, I'm just a bit tired since I ate a lot.
That makes sense. Considering how many cookie pieces of cake you just had, it's no wonder you'll be exhausted. Just make sure you eat something good every once in a while, okay?
Says the guy carrying 2 slices of chocolate cake.
Okay, you got me. Well, how about this? Answer Yuri a bag holding one side of the chocolate cake. Now we can be fat together. Plus, I wanted to thank you for taking care of me while I was sick before Halloween.
Together. That'd be really nice, Curly. Thanks for the cake.
Maybe I should try playing a sport like Monica does. Otherwise, everything is gonna catch up to me sooner or later.
I like to see Monica beat you up in tennis.
You arrive in front of Sayuri's house. Considering how she's looking so glum, she must have had a stomachache. Oh well, she'll be fine once everything's digested. I'll catch you later, Sayuri.
See ya.
I sigh as I head back into my house. Well, back to the grind. That's a little sweet little episode of seeing what's up with Sayuri. Sayuri's gonna get her heart broken because we're going Team Yuri all the way. Let me say real quick. And with many rake marks floating around, hyperinflation becomes a real issue. Money was more and less useless. Like Monopoly money. I suppose that's one way to see it. For the GYAT! We'll call it for there now, guys. And there marks another end of the lesson. On to more important news. It's time for lunch! I quickly grab my bag. Oh, god damn it! Of course I fucking forgot my lunch! Fuck! With a sigh, I start making my way to a vending machine in the hallway. A soft tap on my shoulder causes me to spiral.
Hey, Curly!
Yo, Sayuri!
Wanna come sit with us?
She motions back to Monica and Yuri standing outside, all carrying their own lunch boxes for my stomach's grumbles. I'm pretty jealous of them. Maybe a good conversation can help me distract my hunger. Sure, sounds good to me. Okay. I'm actually gonna start trying to voice act now. I'm gonna like legit try, cause this is more and more becoming more of like an anime. Like we're on a everybody eats together lunch scene. I'm about to voice act the fuck out of my character, and I'm gonna try to do yours a little bit better. Sayuri and Monica are just so fucking difficult to do cause it's so high pitched. I try. Thank you so much. A few minutes later, we find ourselves on the roof. I don't know what makes the roof such an attractive lunch spot. Maybe it's the refreshing breeze. Either way, I'm pretty good that no one started locking up the rooftop door yet. Thank you. I appreciate you so very much. Huh? That's strange. Where's Natsuki?
Oh, she texted me she wasn't feeling very well today, so she didn't come in. Anyway, how are you holding up with your exams?
Well, I'm not really thrilled with the whole idea of exams. I think I'll do well enough on them. What about you guys?
Huh? With any luck, I'll do well. Cram school sure helps keep me on track. Monica, you don't even need luck. You're probably gonna get your first...
Fuck.
Monica, you don't even need any luck. You're probably gonna be the first in our year as usual.
And the probability of your grades are purely...
Fuck.
And the probability of your grades are purely based on luck is
Infinitesimally small. I don't know what the fuck you just said, I'll be honest.
Thank you for your support, guys. How are you doing with your studies, Yuri?
You know how it goes. Study isn't the most absorbing activity in the world, but we must do what we must.
Yuri, I'm surprised.
Yuri!
I'm trying to find a voice that's specifically to Sayori because I really like her character and she's always gonna be around. So I'm trying to do something that's a little bit nicer on my voice.
Yuri, I'm surprised that you actually dislike reading or something.
Well, just because I don't complain doesn't mean I don't like it. There are plenty of books that I dislike, for one of them.
Like what?
Or like what? Fuck!
Just books that are poorly written and clumsily thought out themes.
Huh? It's kind of weird knowing that you're actually actively dislike something, other than manga that is.
Anyway, what about you, Sayori? How are you doing in your exam preparations?
Sayori looks away. Her half smile, not exactly immense in confidence.
I think I'll do fine. Some of my classes are pretty easy, like Japanese.
Let me guess, you're not so excited by the STEM projects?
Yeah. I'll be fine though. I just gotta study more and it should be okay.
Well, that's good. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch Yuri staring at me. Not wanting to back down though, I stare back at her. What's up, Yuri? She quickly looks down at her face reddened.
Nothing.
I noticed that you didn't bring your lunch.
Oh, that's because I don't have one today.
Did you forget your lunch again?
Hey, what do you mean forget? It's not like my mom packs my lunches anymore.
Why didn't you buy your lunch again? Why didn't you buy anything then?
Lines have probably been too long.
Guess you're starving then, eh?
Yep, guess so. I sigh. They've all unpacked their lunches already. The food looks all more tantalizing. I have nothing in front of me. As expected, Yuri brought a homemade bento, while Sayori has 2 rice balls. Meanwhile, mine looks like a club sandwich. Man, this is torture.
Hey, Curly.
The girls look at me, each other presumed. They looked at me amazed.
You go first, Yuri.
Alright, Curly, would you like a bite of my lunch? I'm not very hungry anyway.
Are you sure? I've gone out with lunch before, you know. I say that, but I'm still hoping that she shares her lunch with me. That braised pork belly in her bento looks delectable.
Yes, I'm sure. Here.
She picks up a bite of food using her chopsticks. She picks up a bit of food using her chopsticks and offers it up to me. Are you gonna feed me? A startled look flashes between Yuri's face. Did she really not realize what she's doing? I... Too late. Can't take it back now. I chomp down on the mouthful of food that Yuri's holding. It tastes tenderly cooked meat and lightly aromatic. The aromatic rice flood my mouth. Suffice to say, it's good. Looking back at Yuri, her expression nearly makes me spew out the food in laughter. She looks cross between mortified and happy. Her face is her happy family face. This is super tasty, Yuri. Thanks for the food.
You're welcome, but next time, you can use the chopsticks yourself.
Fair enough. By the way, weren't you going to say something, Sayori?
It's nothing.
She looks down and fidgets with the rice balls in her hand. Really? Come on. You can tell us what's up.
I forgot. Anyway, what you thinking about, Monica?
So she forgot. Huh. Normally I wouldn't let it go so easily, but since Yuri and Monica are here...
Sorry, I zoned out back there. What did I miss?
Yuri shared some of her lunch with me. And
he said it tasted very good.
Surprisingly, Yuri looks quite pleased with herself now. Oh, and she fed it to me.
But please don't talk about that.
It's so embarrassing. Looks like Yuri's really coming out of her shell, huh?
Yuri covers her face with her hands, flustered beyond belief.
Come on, guys, let's give Yuri a break.
Why don't you join us with teasing Sayori?
Because I'm a nice person.
You got us there.
Plus, you never answered my question.
Right.
Monica sighs and picks at a fingernail.
Well, I've been trying to decide what I'm going to be doing next in the next few years. It isn't too long before we all end up graduating, so I've been trying to figure out everything.
Aren't you planning to go into college though?
Yeah, I am.
Despite her words, the tone of her voice sounds uncertain.
That's what I plan on doing as well. I've always thought I'd be suited for academia.
Hey.
My nigga, I'm being dead ass right now. No, come here. No, you think shit funny? Come here. I'm being dead ass. Come here. You think shit funny? You think shit sweet? My bad, y'all. My little brother came in the room. I was just talking to him real quick.
So what about you, Curly? Do you have any post-graduation plans yet?
To be honest, I haven't really gotten much though. No, I can't say I have a solid idea what I'll be doing at the moment.
Fair enough. We're only second years after all.
Maybe I'll check into something after the literature club.
Good answer.
Monica Smilesy playful. So I wonder, how long is Act 2? Because I thought it was close to the end of the game, but the way it's kind of panning out, kind of seems like it's after graduation. Monica smiles playfully as she says that.
If you ever need any more literature recommendations, you can always come to me. I'd be more than happy to prepare your future degree in literature.
Sounds good to me. What about you, Sayuri?
I don't know. Haven't really thought about it. Maybe a teacher? That's a respectable profession, inspiring the next generation.
I don't know if I had to guess that Yuri's banking on getting along with vacations.
Well, I wouldn't exactly complain about the long breaks either.
She glances around, giggling a bit.
Maybe I could teach some classes on writing poetry. I could definitely see you as a teacher surrounded by a crowd of adorable kids.
Curly would make a nice teacher as well, in my opinion.
Huh? I hadn't thought about teaching a career before. Really? How so?
As in a teacher in middle school or high school, I mean. You're very kind and good at listening, so I believe that you'd be good at providing support for students.
Aw, thanks, Yuri.
Of course, it's just my opinion, but I wanted to tell you.
Oh, look how adorable she's acting right now. Damn, Sayori looks just like straight sadness. She shyly twirls her strands of hair between her fingers as I smile at her. Well, I take another bite of Yuri's lunch. The girls keep on chatting amongst themselves. Monika's right. There isn't a whole lot of time before you have to go out into the real world. We don't have forever to stay like this. Provided, I don't think I'd like to stay in high school forever. However, it also means I have a lot more responsibility to take care of. There's also the fact that it'll be tough to stay close with everyone once we'll split off after we find our own schools and careers. I mean, what are the chances we all end up doing the similar things at the same place? Not that there isn't no chance, but it's very small between all of us. It makes me kind of sad to think about it, not being able to talk to everyone every day. And now that I think about it, what will happen between Yuri and I? At this point, I'm pretty sure I want to stay close to her. Even if I want to end things up even if we end having different interests, she's someone who I don't want to let go of.
Hey, Curly!
Huh?
You're spacing out.
Sorry about that. What were we talking about?
At this point, it's really tough to decide on big things like our future, when we have to ask permission all the time for little things. Like, we're supposed to decide on what we want with the rest of our lives, but we can't even go pee without asking the teachers.
That is a good point. Well, I'm sure we'll figure something out. You've got time, so let's enjoy what we can.
I suppose you're right.
We still have a year left before we really have to worry after all.
The lunch bell rings. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in the club. They smiled and waved a bit half-heartedly. Looks like the conversation brought everybody a little down. Let me save really quickly. I haven't saved in a little minute. The bus rattles in a bit as it chuttles down the street. The plastic hanging straps swaying gently overhead. Oh, public transportation. You're always there for me. They can always count on a ride from you, especially when meeting up with a cute purple-haired girl at the bookstore. Ever since I got close to Yuri, I've really been speeding through the books. Having someone to read with definitely helps making sure I finish the books, but it also hasn't felt like a chore in a while. Suddenly, the bus lets a high-pitched whine as it eases to a bus stop. Here's where I get off. I'm not too far away from the bookstore now. There it is. And there's Yuri. I wave at her although she doesn't see me. She fidgets with her hair, glancing around, presumably looking for me. After a moment, we make eye contact. She immediately smiles, wildly stands up straighter.
Hi, Curly.
Hey, Yuri. Did I keep you waiting?
Oh no, I arrived only a moment ago.
Thanks for inviting me out, by the way.
No problem. I was going to buy something here on the way. So...
Well, let's head there, shall we?
Let's...
It's subtle, but I smell the scent of lavender and touch of jasmine oil as she brushes past me. Once inside, the scent blends nicely with the traces of old paper and ink emanating from the store. The sense of calm envelops us as we step inside, bolstering the quiet, lulling sound of flipping pages. Plastic covers gleam from the bookshelf as we pass by with each and every step. Inside, Yuri seems to walk with me a little more energy.
I haven't been here for a while now.
Really? When was the last time you were here?
I believe it was roughly a month ago on a Sunday.
Why haven't you visited more then?
You know, it's been busy. I shouldn't be spending so much money on books, too.
She sighs quietly and runs her fingers through her spine of nearby a book of rows, row of books. Fuck.
I've been trying to read books online instead to save money, but after being physically flipped through the pages, it feels so much better. It's just as if I need something tangible in my hands.
I mean, that can be arranged. Anyways, yeah, I think I understand that feeling. It's definitely easier to get distracted if I'm reading something online. There are a lot of books I haven't seen before in this aisle. One novel in particular, ornately designed cover catches my eye. The Awakening. This book looks like one of those classic books of literature. Yuri noticed me eyeing it. Oh, are you curious about some novels here? I don't know, maybe that one over there? Why, have you read a lot of books in this section? She pulls out the copy of the Book of Awakening. Kate Chopin's The Awakening. I did read this in middle school. To be honest, I don't recall too much about the plot. Hold on, let me refresh my memory with the summary back on the back cover. Her eyes quickly flit over the words on the back, and a moment later, Yuri looks up with a smile. Ah yes, it's all coming back. This was quite an enjoyable read from what I remember. So what it was about? Well, it's considered a milestone of an early feminist literature due to its social commentary and the depth of look into the main character's psyche. The novel's about a married woman in the late 19th century, New Orleans, who struggled to find a place for herself in the restrictive society she lives in. Honestly speaking, I believe I like the book so much I could relate to some of the themes. Oh? Like what? Well, some of the most salient themes are solitude and the impact of social constraints and expectations. It's easy to find yourself falling into a solitary lifestyle without the society support. In a way of detaching yourself from society can feel empowering, and that you can take control over yourself away from the outside influence. But it can also be quite lonely. I can see how the theme would resonate with Yuri so deeply. She must have been a loner even in middle school. The societal expectations present in Era's vision of American South all work to repress the main character's true desires and needs. Especially since the main character is a married woman who has struggled with gender roles too. So you can relate to the expectation of the book society to our society then, Of course. Modern day society isn't oppressive as the Victorian era was. But still, there will always be social norms that people would be hard-pressed to disobey. And at any rate, just Japan's society is rather restrictive in comparison to other societies. You got that right. When I was a kid, I really wanted to move to America because of how freeing it seemed. The country of rock and roll, right? I don't know about that, but it's definitely more individualistic culture. Anyway, The Awakening is a beautiful written book. I recommend it to you if you read Critique in Society, although the ending is quite depressing. Oh, was that a spoiler? Nah, you're good. If you're gonna recommend the book this passionately, then I guess I've gotta give it a shot. I take a copy of the novel from Yuri and turn it over in my hands. I'll be looking forward to hearing what you think from it. You continue strolling the bookstore some more, this time looking for a book for Yuri. She pauses on a display at a display and flips through a paper book with a black cover. What's the book? Battle Royale. I assume you've heard of it before? Yeah, I actually read a bit before. I never finished it though. Speaking of rock and roll in America, the main character isn't pretty obsessed with the US. Although I'm guessing you already know that. Well, I'm embarrassed to admit, but I've never gotten to reading it before. There's just too many books I need to read. How about we read it together then? I'd like that. She smiles shyly, her eyes twinkling behind bangs. And with that, we leave for the front of the counter to purchase the books. What a W date. Well, at least her voice is somewhat easy to do. The sun's blindingly bright outside, which contrasts against the chilly nature of the air. Would you like to get something to eat? Sure, there's a bakery nearby that's pretty good. They even serve tea. Last time I went there, I had black tea. Ooh, that sounds lovely. Feel free to lead the way. Within a few moments, we're standing in the front of the bakery. Through the glass in the storefront, we can see the rows upon rows of pastries and bread. As we enter, a wave of warm air carrying the scent of sweets and teas wash over us.
It smells wonderful in here.
If you weren't hungry before, you bet you'd be hungry now. Plus, they even have oolong tea here.
Really? I suppose I know what I'll be getting.
I think I'll have a cup of tea as well. As we approach the counter to order our drinks, the brownies on display once again catch my eye. You know what? I think I'll have a brownie too. I grab a tray, a pair of tongs to choose my pastries. Yuri follows behind me, hesitantly grabbing a tray of her own. Are you getting anything to eat as well?
I think I'll have a small slice of vanilla cake.
By the time we finish grabbing our food, the lines cleared up. Hi, will that be all for you today? I'll have some oolong tea as well with this brownie. The cashier quickly rings me up, while another worker bustles away in the background to prepare the tea. And your order, miss?
Um,
Yuri sits on her tray and the counter clatter. Her voice is barely audible.
Yes, I'll have the oolong tea and a slice of vanilla cake.
Excuse me, ma'am, could you repeat that?
I'll have the oolong.
Her voice wavers as the red creeps on her face and she glances desperate between the cashier. Should I say something? I'll order for her, yeah. I might as well spare her the trouble of and just order for her. I know what she wants anyways. She'll have the oolong tea and the slice of vanilla cake. Is that okay? Is that okay with you? Wait, what do you mean no? What do you mean no? Should I go back? Just in case. I don't want to assume that Yuri can't do anything for herself. Well, to be fair, it doesn't seem like she wants me to help her. But I don't want to act like her dad or anything. Either way, Yuri seems to have picked up the fact that I'm reluctant to step in. I attempt to smile in an apologetic yet encouraging way, but she only affords me a single glance before looking down.
Could I get, oolong tea and a slice of vanilla cake?
She rushes through the last half of her sentence, slurring the words together. Fortunately, the cashier seems to be able to know what she says this time. Alright, we'll have your tea in just a minute. Just as the cashier said, it takes about a minute or so. Food in hand, we make our way to the table and sit down. As she keeps her head ducked down, her eyes steadily trained on the door. Hey, Yuri.
Yes?
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that...
She starts playing with her hair and stroking you quietly. Don't worry about what happened.
How can I not? I'm completely so
Hey, it's probably worse in your head than you actually... Fuck! Hey, it's probably worse in your head than it actually was in real life, you know. And besides, you can just keep on practicing.
That doesn't stop me from feeling ashamed of myself.
It's okay to feel that way, Yuri. It might be hard now, but I'm sure you'll get better at it over time. You just need to work a little by little. Still a bit shaken, she takes a deep breath to calm herself.
I suppose you're right.
You might not be good at talking to people as Monica is, but hey, who is? Yuri glances down, tearing a piece of napkin apart.
Your logic makes sense, it's just...
She takes a moment to collect her thoughts, gathering up all her little indie pieces.
What makes me most uncomfortable is the feeling of being judged.
You feel judged?
You know, like when the cashier looked at me with pity as I stumbled with my words.
Yuri, I'm sure they didn't notice at all, or if they did, they probably forgot about it already. It's like the spotlight effect, you know? When you think people notice you, the more they actually do.
I know, but I can't exactly tell how I feel. Regardless, I'll try to be more outgoing. Could I rely on you to help me? Not all the time, of course, but just when I'm feeling particularly flustered.
Of course! Having someone to guide you always helps, no matter what you're trying to do, as long as you're getting better.
Thank you, Curly.
She smiles at me sweetly, and I can't help but grin in return. It's difficult to stay completely logical when my body is fully panicking.
My mind goes blank and the words get stuck in my throat when it happens. And all I become aware of is how loudly my heart is beating and of how hard it is to breathe.
Does this happen every time?
Well, it does when I'm nervous or when I don't perfectly rehearse what I'm going to say. I wish I could speak half as well as I write. If I could do that, it'd be speaking much more often.
Dang, I don't know, is this bad for her? Yuri, you're elegant enough to, when you talk, to me at least. And with practice, before you know it, you'll be speaking the same way as everyone else too.
Well, I hope so. I'm sorry for bringing the mood down with this subject.
No, you're totally fine. I want to get to know more about you, and that goes for both things, like and dislike about yourself. And from what I know about you, there's not much to dislike.
I don't know about that, but your continual support is much appreciated.
Don't mention it. With the conversation reaching its natural conclusion, we finally dig into our respective sweets. Inside of my brownies, mostly thick, sweetness not too overwhelming. Look over while savoring my bite and chewing slow pace. Although the streets are still dotted with people here and there, the foot traffic has started to lighten up. When I look back at Yuri, I catch her looking at me, her eyes filled with curiosity. Once she realizes she'd been caught staring, she sheepishly turns into red and admissions guilt.
I'm sorry, Curly. I didn't mean to.
Relax. It's nothing to apologize for. Embarrassed, she glances away from me. Somehow, I get the feeling that she wants to say something, but she's too shy to say it. As I muse over Yuri's thoughts, I pop out another piece of my brownie in my mouth. How's the cake, Yuri?
Oh, it's a bit sweet, but very light. I'm assuming you're enjoying your brownie, judging by that smile on your face.
She covers her mouth with her hand as she giggled. Okay, you got me. The brownie's really good.
I see.
I shiver as I take a sip from my oolong tea. Man, the sweetness of the brownie really makes that tea that much more bitter. Maybe I should have ordered. Yuri sinks several more looks at me as I continue eating. Does she want something? What's up?
Nothing. Actually, could I try a bite of your brownie?
That's really pretty cute. How flushed she can get. Of course, but only if I get to try some of yours. I can almost swear that she's cheeky glint in Yuri's eyes as she swaps our trays for a moment. Yuri's cake is quite light, with a very understanded sweetness to it. That cake's pretty good. Way less sweet than the brownie though. I don't know if you'll like mine. She pops a chunk of the brownie in her mouth as I say that. Man, her eyes really lighten up. I didn't expect her to have such a sweet tooth. And I take that back. You clearly like the brownie a lot.
Well, the inclusion of dark chocolate does cut through the sweetness a bit. But it's very dense and rich though.
You got that right. We continue enjoying the food of each other's. I totally forgot what I was reading. We continue enjoying the food and each other's company, slowly passing the day away. After a while, she smiles, tracing to the rim of her teacup with a finger.
I've really enjoyed our time here today, Curly. This is a lovely little bakery as well. I'll have to revisit on my own time.
Thank you. Thank Natsuki and Sayori for introducing me to this place.
You came here together with them?
Nah, I just happened to see them eating a while back.
Ah, I see.
But yeah, we should definitely come back here together sometime. The W Riz on bro. Bro's trying to put in a punchline and singer. Know what I'm saying? Bro's trying to say we should go on another datey poo.
Yes, that'd be nice.
With our food finished, we get up and throw away our trash. Hey, you want to catch the bus? I think one should be coming around soon.
That sounds like a good idea.
We settled down on the bus stop, sitting close together, but not too close. I nervously tapped my finger on my knee. Looks like I've run out of things to say. But surprisingly, Yuri saved the day by speaking up. I can only imagine how long you've been trying to figure out how to watch this stream, bro. Because you said you've been having issues since yesterday. I do apologize for having... Up, and I think he left again. I hope you come back soon, bud. Error 404. Good luck, soldier.
Today has gone by much faster than I expected. It seems like only an hour ago that I left the house for the bookstore.
She shifts the books in her bag and smiles at them. I guess that means it was pretty fun then.
I suppose so.
Peering down the road for a moment, I spot a glaring set of headlights slowly growing closer. So is Twitch in general? Have you tried like... Are you like on a PC? Hey look, looks like the bus is here. Damn. Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? That usually works for me. But then again... Oh, if you have an Ethernet cable, you should definitely try that. Hey yo, Dan Silver Knight. Thank you, bro. I appreciate the follow. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It stops with a low hiss, and I motion Yuri to get on ahead of me. Fortunately, it doesn't look too crowded. Ah, it's a little Natsuki.
Kia!
Suddenly, Yuri stumbles on the steps leading into the bus, falling onto her hands and knees, causing her books to tumble over her bag. I futilely reach out and grab her hand, but I'm not close enough to reach her in time. A few people peep around. A few people peep in curiously to look towards the source of the commotion. Yuri quickly stands to her face, blushed as scrambles to shove the books back in her bag. I reach down to help her. Here, let me help you, okay, Yuri?
I'm fine.
With the last books put away, we finally enter the bus. Yuri speeds to the first step she sees and sits down, keeping her head down as avoiding the stares of other passengers. She admittedly continues her stare down until I slide to the seat after her. You sure you're alright?
Other than my bruised pride and my soul-crushing embarrassment, yes, I'm fine.
Despite her words, I notice a wince breaking across her face.
Well, actually,
Yuri shifts her bags and gingerly touches her knees.
I believe that I scraped my knee.
She's wearing black leggings as usual, so her knees are covered up, but the material's gotta be pretty thin. I don't doubt that you got a bit banged up back there, but that was a pretty bad spill you took. Her face grows redder as I say that. Whoops, guess I shouldn't try to embarrass her even more. Do you want me to take a look at it?
No!
Her sudden outburst startles me a bit.
I'm sorry. I just meant that it's fine. I'll just check it when I get home, and bandage it if needed.
Alright, if you're sure.
Sorry.
What for?
Well, for one thing, shouting at you just now.
Hey, it's alright. I know you didn't mean anything by it. Awesome. Let Josh do it. Let Josh pick. I was being a little mean to him earlier, so let Josh pick, okay? Tell Josh I said I'm sorry. I was being a little rude to him earlier. Hey, it's alright. I know you didn't mean anything by it.
Even so.
She bites her lip and runs her hand through her hair. You also had to help me pick everything in. Welcome back to the stream! Yuri, you have nothing to apologize for. As your friend, I like helping you out when I can. All this stuff is really no bother for me, so it's all good. If I ever do have a problem with anything, I promise that I'll tell you, okay? So you don't have to stress about anything.
I get it. This has to be so embarrassing.
You just had an unlucky day today, that's all. Try not to worry about it too much.
Easier said than done.
Yuri mutters this last statement to herself, probably intending me to miss it. The conversation fades out after this, leaving us simply watching the scene by the blur outside. Although we're not talking, it doesn't feel awkward between us. Just sitting here together like this, it's simple but enjoyable. After a while though, I decided to break the silence. It's nice physically being with Yuri, but I want to continue getting to know her a bit too. By the way, it seems like your exams are coming up.
Seems like we've been talking about them more and more lately.
Sorry. We can talk about something else if you want. My bad. My dad was just telling me something real quick.
So this ain't your stream.
Oh, it is.
Alright, I'll see you.
Sorry, we can talk about them another time if you want.
No, it's only natural to come up with this conversation. After all, we are students.
Yeah, I think it's just, we've been thinking about them more often because, well, I think they would go well for me this time.
And why is that?
Not to imply you always do badly or anything. I raised my eyebrow and smirk at her. Oh, really? I didn't make any choices yet, no. The only choice that I made was the one that you saw.
Oh, really? You know, I may not be as
smart as you, but I know how to read books really good too. Yours broke furrows and consternation for a moment as she processed my words.
You know that.
She pauses and looks like she finally caught on.
Oh, Curly.
So you finally learned to read my sarcasm, eh? We start chuckling a bit. Yuri's the first one to stop, although I soon follow.
I suppose that's how everyone thinks of me, though.
Huh? What do you mean? You don't think they're humorless or something, right? Yuri's mouth tightens when I say that.
That's not what I was getting at, but now that you mentioned it...
Yuri, you have a perfectly good sense of humor. But thinking about it, she isn't particularly a funny person, is she? She's sweet, but she's also more serious than humorous. Either way, it doesn't matter if you're funny or not. You're just fine the way you are. I can't read Yuri's expression. Is she alright? Is she upset?
Somehow, I don't believe I'm the first thing that people would think about when I come to mind as funny.
Yuri.
Curly, what characteristics do you think define me?
He's really putting me on the spot here. I can definitely tell some choices about to come up. And just in case if I fuck up, we got a safe spot. She's really putting me on the spot here. Well, you're pretty smart for one thing.
I see.
Like, I'm sure you'll ace all your exams without much effort.
That's what my teachers usually tell me as well.
Why did you seem upset about that? So, what's the problem?
You wouldn't think there's a problem, right? And yes, it does feel nice to be praised that way. But it also causes people to carry a certain expectation for me.
Certain expectations? You mean things like people always thinking you'll do great on tests?
Yes, to an extent. Getting singled out for a specific trait does nothing but color others' perception of you.
But everyone always labels everyone else. It's not being like associated with something specific characteristic. Fuck! But everyone always labels everyone else. It's not like being associated with specific characteristics is a unique thing. Otherwise, how else are people going to describe each other? If you are smart, am I not supposed to point it out?
Well, that's true. I should have been more precise in my wording. What I mean is, having one specific thing that's perpetually identifying you. Take Sayuri for instance. How would you describe her?
I guess she's sunny, like super cheerful, stuff like that.
And that's how you always think of her then?
Well, I guess so. Where are you getting with this?
Don't you think she ever feels unhappy though? Or to be more exact, emotions that are other than happiness?
Huh.
I mean, maybe, but I never seen her unhappy before. She's only smiled around me.
Did she say something about feeling bad?
Don't worry, it's nothing like that. I was just using her as an example. But you see, right? How thinking of someone in a certain way changes the thought process?
I guess so. Jeez. It's kind of weird thinking about Siri being sad.
And that's precisely why I chose her as an example for you.
Kind of feel bad now for thinking Sayori like that.
To return to our original subject, I feel the same way about being called smart. Not only does it cause people to think too two-dimensionally, but it also turns me into a subject of comparison. I'm always expected to behave in a certain way or to possess certain qualities.
And that pressure is part of bothers you, doesn't it?
Yes, you could say that. Whenever I don't know something, it makes me feel that much more like a failure. It's stupid, I know, but no pun intended.
I chuckled a bit at the last segment, causing her to return a wan smile. Yuri, it's not stupid. I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way. Especially other students who are always labeled smart. Well, I'm just a normal guy to myself, so no one's really associating with anything in particular. But I'm sure that if you talk to Monica about this, she'd be able to relate a lot more.
Maybe.
She sighs, brushing off her hair and her eyes.
I don't want people to keep seeing me this way. But at the same time, if people were to stop thinking me as intelligent, it would paradoxically make me feel like it's hard to describe.
Would it make you feel like lost or something special?
You could say that.
The window beside Yuri's reflects Yuri's pensive expression as a pale ghost in the mirror.
Other than being called intelligent, I don't have much going for me. But then again, if I were smart, I wouldn't keep acting so illogically all the time.
Yuri squeezes her hand into a fist, pressing her fingernails into her palms so forcefully they leave a little pale half-moon in her skin. I can only imagine what she's thinking about right now. She's probably running through all her perceived missteps and blunders. Well, I think you're wrong about something.
About what?
I don't think you're acting illogical at all. The way you act is human. Yuri turns to me with a bemused expression on her face. All your crises, all the things you do well in, the mistakes you make, everything adds up to create an unmistakably human person. And you're not simply human either. You're a gentle, kind-hearted person. I mean, you recently took care of me when I was sick. When I first joined the club, you took the time to make sure I was enjoying myself too. I didn't realize you felt that way about being called smart, and I'm sorry if I kind of bought into that deception of you. But just know that you're more than smart to me. You're considerate, insightful, complex, and you're a good chef too to boot.
Curly.
Anyway, you're a lot of things. But at the end of the day, to me, you're Yuri. I didn't know where I was getting myself into, but I'm kind of proud of the ending though. Let's hope that she found my monologue inspiring as well. She gone very still when I was seemingly listening into my words. And now, well, she's blushing, so that's gotta be a good sign. As Yuri looks up and smiles at me, I'm dazzled by sparkling eyes.
Thank you, Curly. I don't know what to say.
Hey, I'm just telling you the truth.
I'm glad to have someone like you beside me.
Now it's my turn to blush. It's all good. As we approach Yuri's stop, we sit in a companionable silence for a bit.
Curly?
Uh-huh?
I don't know if you realize, but exams are coming up.
Yuri making a joke? Wow, seriously. That's the first I've heard of it. She smiles indulgently as I play along.
I was thinking, why don't we study together?
Hey, that's actually a great idea. You can come over to my house after school and we can study together. Well, I don't know how much I can help you, but I still benefit from your help. Yuri nods and opens her mouth to speak, but pauses when she realizes the bus stop is almost here.
Looks like I'm getting off here then. I'll message you about the details later.
I get up to let her through, Once the aisle, she steps towards the exit, but then stops to turn back at me.
Goodbye, Curly. Hope you have a pleasant evening.
Fuck! I keep fucking up the words. See you at school. She smiles, then disappears into the darkness outside. Saving it just in case. I'm really starting to feel like the chill in the nippy November air. If this any indication that it looks like winter's going to be pretty bad this year. Blowing on my hands, I start to feel the journey to school. Although I stop once I feel a similar red bow in the sidewalk.
Hey, Curly.
Morning, Sayori. Man, it's cold, isn't it? She shivers slightly with no surprise, given her uniform, much like mine. It's really too built for warmth.
It really is. My hands are the worst. I'm always forgetting to make my gloves.
Forgetting, or have you lost them again? I know, it's so adorable. I really love it. Hey, if you ever have any kind of mods you want me to check out, let me know in the chat. I'm gonna check out quite a bit after I finish this one. I don't know how long it is, but you darn tune know I'm going back for more. I didn't think I'd get into Doki Doki this much. Like, I have like 4 different mods I'm gonna try out probably after this one.
Same thing, really. Anyway, how have you been recently?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. How about you?
Yeah, I've been okay. This year feel like it's going by quickly, doesn't it?
Tell me about it. Since joining the literature club, it feels like a blur.
Yeah, you've really settled in well, haven't you? I'm so glad you managed to make friends with everyone so soon. Especially Yuri.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing, I'm just teasing. It really looks like you two are getting along, huh?
Yeah, we are. She's just really fun to talk to. Always shrouded in mystery, so I never really know how to expect.
I was kind of surprised to see her open up to you so much. I always thought she kept keeping to herself.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not complaining though. I'm just glad that I've managed to get her out of her shell, you know? I didn't think I'd have anything to talk about with her when we first met, but I'm glad I was proven wrong.
She's really smart and elegant, isn't she?
Yeah, for sure. I've never met anyone like her before. I was kind of scared, but she really judgmental because, well, we both know I'm no poet, nor do I have extensive taste in reading. But as I got to know her more and more, I felt like we actually have a lot more in common than I realized. She really opened my eyes to a whole new world of literature, and I'm grateful for that. Sora's quiet for a moment, although truthfully, I don't really notice. My brain is still preoccupied thinking about all the time I spent with Yuri.
Curly?
Huh?
You were starting to space off again.
Oh, sorry, I was just thinking about stuff. She looks down for a moment.
What kind of stuff do you guys talk about? I've never seen you so lost in thought, so I'm guessing it was pretty deep.
Huh, you wouldn't believe me if I said books. The Awakening to give a good example.
I don't think I've heard about it. What's it about?
Oh god, that's a question. Well, the main theme about society constraints to loneliness, expectation, and that kind of thing. I didn't realize how lonely Yuri was. Discussing the book with it, drawing upon parallels between its theme and her life really made me notice. Although, in a strange way, it made me enjoy our time together. I felt like she finally had a proper friend she could talk to about her hobbies and, walk around town with. I get the feeling she doesn't really get to discuss her literary interests with much detail, which is really sad. But seeing how happy and excited she was, it really put a smile on my face.
That's just like you, Curly. Always looking out for others. I remember when you were like that with me when we were kids.
I remember those days as well. They feel like such a long time ago, don't they?
They really do.
Our conversation is cut short by school looming in sight. After bidding each other goodbyes, we both make our way to our respective class. About half an hour passed since the start of the lesson. The explanation task, Sakurai left us to our own devices while he sits in front of our making papers. It's amazing how much more engaging the material is when you actually have an interest in it. I can't say I'm a history buff, but spending time with Yuri, especially when talking about the themes, has made me appreciate what the world was like during the previous century. It's easy for us to see now, but back then, no one realized Germany was breeding ground for hatred. Everything alright going, girly? Yes, the music is fucking amazing. I really enjoy it. I really enjoyed all the music that comes with this mod. I didn't realize how good it was. All good on my end, sir. You were right. This century is really interesting. Of course. Although, it's rather unfortunate how I'm limited to such depth, given that it's just high school history. Anyway, I wanted to ask you, how are you feeling for your upcoming exams? Pretty confident, actually. I've been doing a lot of reading, so I reckon I'll do pretty well with the essay subjects. Well, in that case, I expect your history marks to... 6 people in this stream! Let's go! Well, in that case, I expect your history marks to be a true reflection of how amazing your teacher is. Sorry, teacher humor. Anyway, that's encouraging to hear. How about your sciences and mathematics? Well... Still, we had 6 for a second, and that still makes me happy. Not my strong suit, but I have very few study sessions with Yuri, and I'm hoping they'll consolidate my knowledge. Ah, study sessions? You're adopting very commendably to approach to ensure you do a well-rounded student. That has nothing to do if you want to spend more time with Yuri, I assume. Just teasing. But what's the worth? Take it from me, you definitely killed 2 birds with 1 stone. He winks at me and chuckles to himself. A warm flush courses through my cheeks as I watch him and he approaches the next student. He strikes me as such a kind guy who's been in my situation before. With that sound of the bell ringing in my ears, I pack up and head to the literature club. After waving hello to the girls, I take a seat. Soon after Monica kickstarts the recession.
Okay, everyone. As you are all aware, exams are coming up, so for the next few weeks, I think it'd be best we put the sessions on hold. I know no one really wants to, but unfortunately, I'll be too busy to run them, unless someone else will run the sessions in my place.
There's a general murmur of conversation. It wouldn't really feel the same without you here, to be honest.
Agreed.
I could do more time with focus on math and stuff anyway. As much as I enjoy these sessions, they don't really help me out with that one.
How about you, Sayori Natsuki?
Fuck, my voice is cracking again.
Yeah, it's a shame, but I understand. Fine by me. We need to have a Christmas party, though. Like we did Halloween. Well, we can definitely plan after our exams. For now, though, let's hear his poem, shall we? That was a good session. Let's end it for now, guys. See you all soon. Oh, and Sayori, you wanted to talk?
With that, I head to the door with Yuri in tow. Oh, man. I feel so bad for Sayori. That means the way we're walking is like, oh man, this is really going how it really is. Anyways, still going Team Yuri, don't care. Still Team Yuri. Sayori's gonna have to be down bad for a little bit. I love you, Sayori, but I'm sorry, unfortunately, it is Team Yuri. Ironically enough, I find myself thinking to Sayori. This time as I walk home with Yuri. What does she think about when she walks home? I feel kind of guilty walking home with Yuri instead of Sayori. Well, just before I read a single thing. At least my character understands me a little bit. It's a good reflection of my inner thoughts. It's very good. But Sayori stayed behind to talk to Monica after the club meeting ended, so a part of me is kind of glad I got to talk to Yuri alone though.
Curly?
Sorry, I was kind of spaced out for a bit.
It's fine. You must be feeling stressed from all the exam preparation.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, I was just saying, I'm glad that we ended up planning the sessions together. With my help, perhaps you'll feel a little stressed after today. That is to say, if you need my help at all. I'm not trying to assume anything, but your capabilities or anything.
Don't worry. I'm pretty sure I will need your help. How have you been though? Reading any new books?
Actually, I did start one fairly recently. The Stranger by Albert Camus.
Huh? Is it any good?
It is, at least in my opinion. Simply to put it, it's about a man who feels like, well, a stranger in society. He's overwhelmingly indifferent to life and, as a result, really disregards social norms. I don't know if you're familiar with Camus, but he wrote a lot on the absurd.
Well, like ridiculous things?
More like absurdity in philosophical sense. Well, he doesn't explicitly speak on the stranger, but the novel is heavily entrenched with themes of absurdity. And they're shown through the seemingly innate irrationality of humanity through the plots and events. Funnily enough, the main character only finds happiness after realizing there is no inherent meaning of life. Not that I actually find it funny or anything.
Jeez, she's always overthinking her words. It's cute when she gets flustered, but it also makes me worry for her. Well, I'll do what I can to distract her from her nervousness. So the absurdity comes from the lack of purpose in the universe then?
Not quite. Rather, it comes from the contradiction between the simultaneous need and inability to find a purpose.
She is so smart, and my brain sometimes hurts talking to you, Yuri. But you're really pretty, so that's going for you. Let me stop. Dang, kind of depressed subject matter, don't you think?
I suppose so, but interestingly, Camus will still thought we should search for a meaning in life anyway.
Hey, want to continue our conversation inside? With a start, Yuri looks up to see we've reached my house.
I didn't realize you already arrived.
I don't doubt that. After all, conversation is pretty interesting. We make our way to the front door as I rummage through my bag for my keys. Right, there they are. The lock smoothly turns with a sharp click and we're in. I toss my bag onto the couch while Yuri places her things gently on the floor. As I stretch and take a yawn break across my face.
Tired already?
She sits down on the couch and smiles with a genuine chuckle. Honestly, I'm always tired when it comes from coming home from school. They can only take up so much schooling before I collapse and die.
Cute. I suppose I'll need to defibrillate you when we start studying.
Hopefully you know CPR. CPR? I know what that means. I wonder, since are we gonna make it to summer? I'm just curious how long this is gonna. It's like the whole thing's gonna take. I'm hoping it takes a while. Is that Saitama from One Punch Man? If you look where my mouse is, that is definitely Saitama from One Punch Man. Are you related to Saitama? That is so crazy. Unless it's just like he said he's a kind of... No, this is the living room. Can someone confirm they see Saitama from One Punch Man here? Because I'm pretty sure that's Saitama. Anyways, I find myself slouching down on the couch as well as we put our revision materials away. So many notes to look toward. I really don't want to start. Hey, speaking of death, you know how we were speaking about the absurdism before? Isn't that all familiar about the existentialism or nihilism?
Yes, although I'd say the absurd thought lies somewhere in between those two. For instance, existentialists would say you can find meaning into life. Nihilists would say that you can't, and absurdists would assert that you can to some extent. So, what would say is the meaning for us?
Yes, Yuri is.
So, what do you say your meaning of life is? Hugh. So you're finally asking this question. To be honest, I'm not too sure. I don't think I've read enough to form any solid conclusions.
Really? You haven't read enough?
It's not that hard to believe, is it? There are so many books out there that I want to read, but that I may never get to. Maybe. You could say that for now. My purpose is to learn to embrace the absurd. Because then I might be able to learn how to let go of all my self-doubts and baggage.
I think that those feelings are pretty relatable. There are a lot of things which we might care about that really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. And learning to let go of those psychological barriers is something that we can probably generate a lot of meaning from. So in my opinion, that's a great meaning to derive. No matter what meaning you're trying to make on this world, I'll try to support you along the way. What a W move. Bro said, no matter what you doing, baby, I'm gonna be right with you. So don't worry about it.
Thank you. It's difficult to put in words, but I truly appreciate all your continual encouragement. I'll probably have to do a lot more introspection throughout my life, but it's reassuring to know that it's good use of mine. I hope that today I'll be able to grow stronger.
I definitely think you have that in you.
But maybe.
Suddenly embarrassed, Yuri shuffles her papers as if to create a distraction. Bro was trying to see what's good.
Onto the topic and good use of time. We should probably get to studying.
Oh man, guess it really can't be helped. We spread out our textbooks and notes on the coffee table to begin deciding on where to start. But as we get started, I notice a small smile breaking through Yuri's attempt to serious face. Ah, shoot. That pen I'd been spinning twirls out of my grasp and clatters across the table. Yuri jumps a bit startled and to the sudden surprise and noise. She must have been concentrating hard on her problem sets. It's no wonder that she'd be a better student than me, with how incredible she focused she can get. Well, it's not like I set the bar high or anything, but she just really is diligent. She seems virtually immune to distractions and boredom. Unlike me, my mind probably wanders off 80% of the time.
It's been a while since we got started, hasn't it?
Fuck, I can't read. Looks like Yuri's picked up how bored I am. Actually, yeah, we got a lot done. Thanks for all your help with math and physics, by the way.
You're welcome. Helping solidified everything in my mind anyway, so.
You don't give yourself enough credit. You're a real lifesaver.
Thank you. I know sometimes I have a hard time articulating my thoughts on certain topics, so just let me know if you need me to explain something again.
Well, I think I get the gist of everything for now. My stomach gurgles before I can continue talking about my schoolwork. On another note, how does dinner sound?
Ooh, I wouldn't want to impose.
Come on, I'm gonna be cooking for myself anyway. What's one more mouth to feed?
Well, if you're absolutely sure.
Of course I am. Actually, do you want to take extras to take home too? I want to make it up because your parents are keeping you away for so long.
They won't need it. You need to go that far to be a gracious host.
Alright then, if you're sure. You're gonna study a little bit more, or do you like to help me in the kitchen so I won't burn the house down?
I'd like to help, but...
She bites her help and her cheeks pink.
Would it be alright if I do a couple more stretches in the living room while you cooked? I apologize if this is inappropriate.
Huh, you mean like yoga?
A little, although I've never specifically done yoga before. It feels a bit embarrassing.
It's embarrassing as if I imagine you were doing yoga. My cheeks begin to heat up. Okay, yeah. I can see why Yuri wouldn't want to. Yuri wouldn't think that about yoga. Fuck.
Anyway, there are just some simple stretches to help relieve some of my back pain and my neck pain. I have terrible posture sitting down for extended periods of time, and my back hunched over tends to make my muscles incredibly tense.
Posture, huh? Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Feel free to do your exercise in the living room then. She smiles gratefully at me.
It shouldn't take too long.
I ponder my dinner options in my head. I still have some frozen dumplings left, but I don't really want to make it seem the only thing I ever eat. As much as I love them, a man's gotta have his limits. So, what's another dish I can impress Yuri with? Rice is always an option, but I don't know if I have anything to make a side dish with. I quickly wash the rice and the pop in the rice cooker while I think. If I still have some pre-made curry I don't know what that made. If I still have some pre-made curry roe, I left it in the box then. Bingo, I have enough ingredients to make some curry. Good thing I went grocery shopping. My mind wanders as I dice the chicken and season it. This kind of things reminds me of Sire and Yuri cooked for me that when I was sick. Talking to Mom about the house almost catching on fire was not fun to say in the least. I'm just glad she understood that they were taking care of me and the mistakes happened. Speaking of, I better get the stove going. After a while, I've got all the vegetables and chicken going on the pot. All I need is the chicken stock seasoning and the curry roe, and it'll all be done. I wonder how Yuri's doing. Hold on, I should focus on the food first. No need to pull a Sayuri here. The sweet and slightly smell of curry has completely permeated the kitchen by now. It's just like when I was a kid. Back then, it'd be Dad standing here making the curry. We'd all be sitting down at the table, talking about our days and the days ahead. I miss those times. But I just need to focus on living on the here and now. All the stuff is in the past. Otherwise, that wouldn't make anyone happy. I'm just gonna check on Yuri before I continue down this thought. Hey Yuri, you doing okay? A sharp inhale through the teeth in the living room. Did I startle her? Whoops.
Yeah.
Her voice seems a bit strained as she answers back. I didn't accidentally mess up her stretching, did I?
I'll be there in a moment.
It's okay to feel free to take as much time as you need. I'll just be here. A few minutes later, I have the curry ladled with 2 dishes alongside with fluffy white rice. As if on cue, Yuri finally enters the kitchen, sniffing the air appreciably.
Apologies for taking so long, Curly.
No, it's fine. I made some curry before, so I've got this.
It looks great though. I haven't had Japanese curry in a while.
Well, feel free to dig in. She smiles, then she settles down into the meal. Eating together with Yuri feels almost like an intimate exercise. She carefully savors each bite as if it was a food critique imprinting on the dish in her memory. So, how's the food? Bring on all the critiques. I'm strong enough to handle them all.
Your curry turned out quite well, although I believe you could have used some more salt and maybe a bit more heat.
You're into the spicier dishes, aren't you?
Well, when it comes to curry, I suppose so. My mother did always prefer spicier foods that ended up influencing my own tastes.
I'll keep that in mind next time I cook for dinner for you. My own parents like sweeter curry. So, pardon me. Probably because I don't have much spice tolerance to begin with.
There's no time like the present to begin building up that tolerance.
You've got me there. Anyway, if you're finished, I can take care of the dishes.
Oh no, you're the one who treated me, so I should wash them. I can't allow myself to be such a bother.
Hey, it's seriously no bother at all.
But...
Alright, if you're not backing down, how about a compromise? I can wash the dishes and you can dry them.
That works.
We gather up all the dishes, the pots, and dump them in the sink. It doesn't take long for us to settle into a comfortable rhythm washing and drying the dishes. However, my attention drifts more towards Yuri as time passes on. At one point, I'm looking at her in direction more than I am in the dishes itself. Well, she'll probably call me out if the washing gets too sloppy. She got that deep look of concentration in her face again. It's pretty amazing how she got lost in doing things from studying to reading, even doing the dishes. It's something I seriously admire about her. She has that unwavering ability to completely devote herself into taking for tasks at hand. Somehow, I can never see her giving up on anything halfway, or leaving work unfinished. Honestly, speaking, it's a quality a lot more people need.
Curly?
Huh? What's up?
You've been washing your hands for almost a minute now.
What? Wait, huh? I look down and see that I've been literally scrubbing my hands with the sponge. Oh, sorry. I was just,
Were you lost in thought?
Yeah, guess you could say that. Sorry.
No need to apologize. You know how often it happens to me after all. I'm surprised you were preoccupied with your daydreams though. What were you thinking about, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm more surprised that Yuri isn't commenting about my staring at her, but it's good to know that I'm more stealthy than I thought. Either that or she's grown a lot more used to me at this point. Oh, I was just thinking about how nice the day has been.
Yes, it has been a lovely studying with you. It's always nice being with you. I never find it difficult to talk to you and always makes me feel comfortable being myself.
Yeah, same here. We stare at each other for a moment. Our blushing faces break into smiles.
Curly? May I use your restroom?
She shuffles a bit for a clearly keen rush to the bathroom. That wasn't what I expected her to say, but if she needs to go, then of course, Yuri. You know where it is, right?
Thank you.
Quick footsteps follow her upstairs to the restroom. Well, I don't know what I was expecting really, but I guess I'll head up to the living room. It's not too late in the day, but it's already dark out. What's taking Yuri so long? I should check on her. Shoot, my curry didn't upset her stomach somehow, did it? I should probably see how she's doing just in case. Just as I make it to the top, Yuri steps out the bathroom.
Oh, Curly!
Her breathing seems a bit irregular, but she seems to noticeably disheveled than I remembered. She must have noticed my concerned gaze as she quickly turns away.
Is there something funny on my face? You were just taking a long time, so I want to check on you if you're okay. I'm fine, but thank you for your concern. Her breathing is still suspiciously uneven. Are you sure? I said I'm fine.
You don't gotta be so little, I guess assertiveness.
She takes a deep breath. Sorry for snapping at you. It just feels a little out of sorts. Oh.
I know, I should be the one apologizing. I didn't mean to pry. Although, I don't know what I'm prying into. But it must be serious though, if Yuri's getting this irritable.
It's no problem, Curly.
We're quiet as we make ourselves back downstairs. I wonder what she's thinking.
It's starting to get late now.
Yep, I was just gonna ask, did you want to pack up and head out?
I probably should. I don't want to keep you too late on a school night.
Don't worry about it. I wish we could just hang out forever, but life has other plans. I like blush tinges on Yuri's pale cheeks as she continues on her way.
Not to mention the bus schedule.
Yeah, can't have you missing that now, can we? With a soft look in Yuri's eyes as she finally takes her bag and moves beside me.
I believe I'm ready now.
Alrighty, let's go then. Walking to the nearest bus stop, our pace is fairly unhurried. But that's alright. It's a nice leisurely walk through the night. Yuri by my side. Upon reaching the bus stop, we sit down and look at the clear sky. Countless stars twinkle down from the endless ocean of night. The darkness seems more deep and unfathomable when they compare to the luminous moon, at least. A melancholy smile graces Yuri's face, her eyes shining like a starlight.
Hey, Curly. Isn't it strange that some of the stars we are seeing could already be dead? We just haven't realized it yet. And we may die long before we ever realize it. Humans are imperishable creatures, aren't they?
What are you talking about? You're not human yourself. You talk as you're not human yourself. But it seems kind of poetic. Our being able to appreciate and remember those stars' glory even after they disappeared. Even though we might be short-lived in relaxation to the sort of universe, I think it's lucky that we'll still be able to have experiences such as beauty.
That's a beautiful way of seeing it, Curly. You're right. People who die, we should be thankful they were able to spend time with them at all.
From dead stars to dead people, huh? I wonder if Yuri's experienced loss before. Looking back at her though, it's clear she's once again drifted into her thoughts. Not even the bus's arrival seemed to distract her. Hey Yuri, the bus is here.
Oh, you're right. I hadn't noticed.
The bus is pretty empty, although that's to be expected. Most people get off before it reaches its residential area. Yuri takes a window seat as I slide to the seat next to her. The night sky is still dark as ever, but now it's filtered by the fluorescent light reflecting off the window. Yuri yawns politely, covering her mouth as she does so.
Excuse me, I'm just feeling incredibly tired all of a sudden.
Yeah, same here. We were pretty productive today, weren't we? A few moments pass by, quietly with two of us swaying gently along with the bus. Without a word passing between us, Yuri starts leaning against me. At this point, my nose is filled with lavender, mint, and lilac. Although I might not be sure of what the scents exactly are, what I do know is it smells nice. Besides that, it just feels so right. I can't help but feel totally relaxed with warm fuzziness inside me, causing my percentage of time to slow down into a glacial pace. Suddenly, Yuri sits back up with a jolt.
Sorry, I didn't know that I dozed off.
It's perfectly okay. I can stay awake while you keep an eye out for your bus stop. If you want to close your eyes for a bit.
No, I'm fine.
She sure doesn't sound fine. Yuri practically keeps her eyes open anymore.
I'm not sleepy at all.
Her voice is dropped down to a murmur, and suddenly she makes an attempt to rubbing the sleep from her eyes.
Wake me up if I fall asleep, okay?
Alright, got it. With that, she falls a cozy little silence. Then for a few minutes, Yuri's nodding off again. She also is utterly warm beside me. It's making my heart race. I can't read for shit. There's a certain tranquility about the vulnerability of her expression while she's sleeping. Yuri must be really tired, completely fell asleep like this. I hate to interrupt her while asleep. Just in case. Plus, it feels really nice to have her sleep with her head on my shoulder. But she did ask me to wake up again. She might be too polite, but she wants me to sleep again. But then again, she might want me to respect her wishes. I'm probably overthinking this. I'll just... I knew it. I knew it. I'm letting her sleep. Wake that bitch up, it's crazy. Why not let her sleep a little bit? She's a little tired, you know. Come on, let her sleep. It's okay. She can sleep on my shoulder, baby. No, wake her up. I'm like, hey. No, we're here. Well, you do know this game more than I do. Psst. Hey, Yuri. Her eyes open up with a swiftly. It's too late. I've changed my path. More to my side. Sorry about that, and thank you for waking me up. No, I got you. I didn't think I'd be this drowsy. I have a hypothesis. I don't want it to be right, but based on what I know about Yuri, I'm not sure her character is developed or changed or not. But if it hasn't changed based on the original game and it's still centered around that, she might be just tired because of blood loss. I want to get the good ending. No problem. Want to talk to keep from falling asleep again? Sure, that seems like a good idea. So, what would you like to speak about? I didn't really think that far. Yuri shoots me an amused smile, looking out the window again. May I ask you a silly question? Ask away. Do you think after graduation we'll all still remain close? Even if we go to different universities or don't spend any time together? Of course, Yuri. Even if our futures task us to do take us different places. I'm not going to let something like that distance us from being friends. Truth is, I've put more thought into this ever since I talked about our futures. But I've decided that no matter what, I still want to stay friends with everyone. That goes double for you, Yuri. Yuri gives a gentle smile and scoots an inch closer to me. Sure, sometimes you might be far from each other, but we've got phones, planes, trains, and cars. If I didn't have any other way, I'd still make time to walk to see you.
To be honest, that's pretty comforting to hear. Although, you know, we still have less time to spend together once we graduate, right?
Well, I like to think we're good enough friends to not let something silly like graduation get between us.
Yes, that's true.
Sorry, I just get anxious about these things. Nah, it's probably something that everyone worries about. I don't think anyone else wants to lose touch with their friends after graduation. Yuri proceeds to look out the window, lost in thought. Sometimes, I think about all the memories we lose as we grow older. For instance, I know that there are some important things my father told me before, but I can never quite recall them. I wonder how much I remember today in 20 years' time. Her voice softens and speaks lowering down to a husky timbre. I want to say something comforting towards her, but I don't know her words. Well, you can always just say your dad. You can always ask your dad about it again, right? I think as long as you keep in touch with people you don't take anyone for granted, you'll be able to continue making happy memories forever. Sorry, flashes through my mind as I say this.
I suppose so. On another note, I believe my stop is coming up.
As the bus nears Yuri's stop, she goes through her bag and checks everything is in place. You didn't forget anything, did you?
No, thankfully not.
Want me to walk you home?
No, I wouldn't want you to go that far out your way.
She looks down for a moment, scuffing her shoes against the floor.
Thank you.
What for? There's a hesitation before she answers, but she quickly shoots me a bittersweet smile.
For putting up with me, perhaps. I'm sorry, it's just rather difficult topic for me to discuss. It's nothing against you, of course.
Don't worry, I get you. There's no need to rush and tell me. You have all the time in the world, Yuri.
Your patience is forever appreciated.
No problem. If you ever feel like talking, just let me know and I'll listen. Her expression relaxes and as she takes a slow deep breath.
That means a lot to me, Curly.
With a slow wheeze, the bus finally stops and lets Yuri off.
Well, I have to get going now. Thank you for everything.
You don't have to thank me all the time, you know. I'll see you tomorrow, Yuri. Waving one last time, Yuri ducks off on the bus and onto the cool night air. Hey. The little cute animation.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let me save it. I'm probably gonna get off in about an hour here, but you know, that's quite a bit of time for now. The bell rings, signaling the end of another school day. As the usual sound of footsteps scraping around the chairs fill, I stand up and make my way down the literature club. As I push open the door, the air immediately filled with the like a argument giving us saying I could hear Natsuki's voice down the corridor. And who's on her unfortunate opponent this time? Of course.
All I'm saying is that cash should be perfectly viable option to give to as a person.
But isn't that rather cold or pragmatic present? I sidled next to Monica and Sayori. So, how did this one start? Alrighty. See you, bud. Don't worry, I'll have the rerun tomorrow so you get to see anything you miss. So, how did this one start?
I was talking to Monica about having a secret Santa for Christmas.
Which led this conversation on to gifts, and Natsuki mentioned that she wouldn't mind receiving money, and here we are.
We all watch. I'm gonna play for like another hour. We all watch the two girls continue to squabble, both of them still looking fairly adamant about their positions. Aren't you gonna break it up?
I could, but I think it still counts as more as a debate rather than a full-blown argument. And I'm hoping it gives me gifts ideas.
I turn back to the verbal sparring session.
There's no thought put into it. All you're doing is telling the receiver to buy their own president, in lieu of you thinking of effort to do so.
And that's more the point of giving people money.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But, you know, it's just the way I have this timing set up. I usually try to stream for like 4 hours a day.
And that's the point of giving people money. It'd be way happier getting money than something I don't need or want for Christmas. You can do anything with money. Anything. And you don't have to worry about
Fuck.
And you won't have to worry about what to do with the present if you don't want it.
It just seems tasteless to me. There's no Christmas spirit involved. Christmas is supposed to be more than just a gift exchange.
But what about people who don't know me well? Or who don't know what to get me? They just stop. That ruins the surprise too. And at that point, I'd rather cut out the middleman and just get the money as the present.
In that case, they should just try to settle and get to know you better. Or ask one of your friends.
That's exactly what I do. I'm not sure what time it is for you, but right now it's 7 for me. So, that's about 50 minutes from now.
Yeah, because that's so easy to do. And anything if I just flat out want money as a present, I don't need anything. Or because I want to save up money for something to pick it myself.
You live in Canada? Wow. Only from Canada? Jesus, you are an hour ahead. I'm so sorry.
That's not the point of the presents, though.
Man, I'm sorry about that. I just don't really have the time to do it before or after. I usually have to get ready for work in the morning, so when I get off at like around 2. Oh, see you later then. That's not the point of the presents though.
Okay, then what's the point of it all, huh?
As I said, it's the point to show people you care for them by gifting them something you believe they want or need.
But what if I want money? Like, geez, sorry for not being rich enough to worry about saving up for things. It's just not something you do for Christmas.
Well, gift giving shouldn't really be about the central part about Christmas. But given that we do emphasize it now in modern times, we should see the process of picking out a present and gifting to someone a celebration of all the time you spend with them as a recipient. It shows that you care enough to give something special, something personal. An impermanent present, things that don't last. That will just really quick and substitutes and thoughtful for lifelong gifts.
Okay, if you hate impermanent presents so much, then I'm guessing you don't like food as presents too.
I wouldn't say I hate them.
Come on, what's wrong with you? Food is a perfectly good gift. I mean, I wouldn't mind having some sweet as a gift, but items that can be tied to experiences or any sentimental nature make much better gifts.
Oh wait, fuck! It's Yuri.
Shouldn't gifts be for more long-term value? If you give him the food.
Fuck! Press the button.
Whereas if you get someone a book or clothes, they'll be able to keep it for far longer.
But what that makes that food
Fuck.
What makes you think that food can have sentiment attached? If you give someone food you made yourself, that'll be a lot more thoughtful than going into it. Like chocolate if they're a pretty popular gift.
Yes, but not Christmas presents. They're typically suited for a White Day or Valentine's Day. And besides, I didn't say anything about them not being sentimental.
Oh, you sure seem to be implying it. Who said that gifts have to last forever? You said Christmas was supposed to be more than a gift exchange, but it seems you like are pretty hung up for gifts.
Oh.
Looks like this might be heating up. I glance over at Monica Sayura, who shrugged at me. Should we do something? Although Monica isn't much of a mediator.
It's only because you're taking this tradition to it, eliminating all the emotion involved.
Huh? But all I'm saying is that people have different feelings towards these things. And anyway, aren't you the one imposing your own taste on others? Not everyone wants a book for Christmas.
You're the one who's deriding my opinion. For someone who supposedly care a lot about people's feelings, you don't seem to care about mine.
What? The only thing I've been saying is that money isn't a bad gift. And food too. All this time I've been trying to defend my own position. Why the heck are you attacking me over this?
I'm not attacking. It's just that you don't seem to care much. You don't seem to care about the Christmas spirit at all. You shouldn't try to take advantage of these traditions of your own selfish reasons. Natsuki goes red with anger, clearly fuming.
Selfish? I'm selfish for having an opinion about what I personally want for Christmas? Do you have any idea? Ugh! So I can't care about what I want to get or I'm a bad person?
You?
Crap. I look around Monica and Sayori, who stare back at me with eyes wide. Monica nods her head at them, as if to encourage me to break it up. And why me? Well, I guess I might be considered the closest to Yuri at this point, but still. Either way, I'd better intervene fast before someone says something they'll really regret. But whose side should I pick? Natsuki has pretty much been on the defensive the whole time, and she has actually made some pretty good points. But as much as I hate to say it, if I back up Yuri, I'll probably get brownie points with her. In any case, I like to say something fast, so I'll just pick. Oh. What to do? And on top of that, I didn't say before this, like an ignoramus that I am. Do I want bonus points with Yuri? Yes. But do I think Natsuki's right? Yes. Escape. Oh! What a goated. What a goatness. Let's try Natsuki first. Hey guys, hold up. The girl is turning me with a hopeful expression and Natsuki's still seething.
What are you here for? What are you here to be Yuri's knight in shining armor? Ready to rail on me too?
Gee, she's making me regret me choosing her side. Well, even so, I just can't lie and say Natsuki's in the wrong. Natsuki, look, I actually agree with you, alright?
You do?
She stares at me with eyebrows raised. At this point, her crosses her arm and turns to the side to pout.
I mean, of course you do, because I'm right.
Monica and I simultaneously roll our eyes.
Curly, what?
Shoot, Yuri. I can't avoid catching her eyes. She seems rather forlorn, looking onto her face almost as she's been betrayed. Yuri, that's not what I'm trying to say. You didn't have a good point to yourself. But I just think you're arguing against the wrong position.
Yeah, exactly. If someone doesn't want money as food as a gift, it's not like I'm gonna give them anyway. All I said is that we shouldn't totally write them off because there are people out there that like gifts like that. And they shouldn't be shamed for it.
If you think about it, there's normally morally wrong people with gifting. There's nothing morally wrong with gifting people money like that. It's really just a cultural convention that makes it a taboo, right? And even then, not everyone is subscribes to that convention.
That's right. I've never really met anyone else who dislikes her getting money until you, I guess.
I see.
Yuri nervously twirls her strand of hair through her fingers, refusing to meet our gazes. I'm guessing she never loses her arguments.
But it's just so ulterior.
I get that, I really do. But like you said, the gift exchange shouldn't be the central focus of Christmas, right? I think as long as you're happy with what you get, it should be fine. Sometimes I don't have anything particularly I want either. In those cases, I'm perfectly happy receiving money.
Plus, it's not like I turned down a gift from someone if I didn't like it. I still thank them and stuff. Anyway, people should just get tailored gifts and receive tastes. I only mean that to send money and food are valid gifts. To be honest, I think I'd be happy at just getting anything from anyone because just giving a gift shows that you care. Well, I guess that unless the gift openly isn't chosen for what I mean.
The conversation peters out a bit, leaving Natsuki and Yuri facing each other in silence.
I see. Sorry for misunderstanding.
It's fine, I guess. This is something you're passionate about.
Even so, I shouldn't have tried to refute my preference seeing as how totally subjective thing. I stand 10 toes on my decision. I love to get Yuri points, don't get me wrong. I would love to, but you shouldn't force your opinion on others. I just feel like it's right. I may not get Yuri or may be a little bit more off, but you know, I just think it's right, you know? Like, we don't know what Natsuki's going through. You know, it may be difficult for her. In the game, we see that she has father issues. She has daddy issues. So, giving her some food or some money, just that by itself, even though it may not be as extravagant as what Yuri's saying, you know, just like that may pay for her food for a week. Or maybe we make something for her she might really enjoy, you know? As a person growing up from a, you know, not the best home growing up, I was very grateful for whatever I had. And those times that I actually got what I wanted, boy, let me tell you, I was just happy to be alive. I don't complain if I get socks for fucking Christmas. But at the same time, I understand what Yuri is talking about. But I feel like talking like that is more of a based on a certain relationship you're going for. Like if you're with your boyfriend or girlfriend, depends on the socks. I wish. My socks, I go through my socks so fast. It's because like I walk around a lot and my socks get torn fast. So a new pair of socks is always awesome. My opinion. Sure, it may not be ideal, but can you really complain if you need it? But as for Yuri speaking, I feel like that's just dependent on who the person is. You know? I really do enjoy what Yuri's saying, and I would love to have that. If everybody got gifts based on what they want and what they love. The code does suck. But like I said, Yuri does have a point if it's a more intimate relationship based on that person. I remember one time I got my ex-girlfriend a gift that that I thought was adorable. And she didn't really like it, you know, because I didn't really think too much about what she might have wanted. I just thought of something that, you know, that portrayed my emotions for her at the time. But you know what? Fuck it. We say 10 toes on our decision. Even so, I shouldn't have tried to refute your... Okay, we said it already.
I should have made sure I understood your position fully.
Oh, sorry for all the unnecessary trouble I've caused. How embarrassing.
It's like I said, it's fine now. I just won't ever give you money or food for Christmas.
The room fills with light chuckles and suddenly breaking the tension that had filled the air.
Thanks for stepping in, Curly. I seriously thought Natsuki was going to say something terrible. Same.
No problem. I was afraid of the same thing, so.
Hey, I wasn't.
Yeah. I really think Natsuki is a sweetheart, you know? She really does care about her friends. I feel like that we might be the only things we have. You know, Monica stresses out, and I know that we seem closer, but, you know, she has her own issues going on. Sayori is more concerned about me, but, you know, happy with the group of friends. Natsuki just genuinely wants to have friends. Sayori just very socially doesn't like talking. And she's very, like, different. She expresses differently when it comes to emotions. She's very difficult about that.
Well, stop looking at me. One of your charms is so being fiery and hot-headed, though. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit hot-headed, but wait, how is that a charm? We've got some loud assertive to add to the diversity of our club. Otherwise, there'd be no one to stir things up. And that's supposed to be a good thing?
Well, you do tend to challenge my perception in a good way. I do wish that our arguments weren't so heated, but it's good to have someone keep my judgment side in check. And I suppose I wouldn't want to have any psychopaths friends. Ain't no psychophants. I'm not gonna try to I'm not even try for that one. Not to say I'm such a great person that I warrant having psychophants.
Same here. But it would be nice if I have a butler who'd do anything I wanted. Like,
She suddenly turns to me and snaps her finger and points me down to the ground.
Curly, let me use you as a footrest.
Who made you? Who made me your personal butler?
Hey, I don't pay you to talk back.
You're not paying me at all.
Hugh.
Maybe if Curly's class does
Maybe if Curly's class does a butler cafe next culture festival, you can order them around like that. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that never happens now.
Then how about a maid cafe? I'd love to see Curly in a maid outfit. Ooh, sounds like fun.
You know what? I bet I look amazing in a dress. Once again, the room fills with cheerful laughter.
Okay, everyone, now that's over. Since everyone's here, how about we get on with the Secret Santa? Sure thing.
My apologies. I didn't realize how everyone was waiting for us to finish.
Yeah, alright.
Monica steps forward in a classic red-white Santa hat. There's a faint rustling. Yes, 30 minutes left. From within.
Well, guys, don't be shy. Take a name from the hat. Whoever you get is who you have to buy a gift for. I'll go first.
Hearn disappears in the. Until I'm gonna end the stream at 8 o'clock my time.
Who wants to go next?
I'm surprised that you didn't ask who she got, Sayori. I'm surprised you didn't ask who she got, Sayori.
Hey, I know how Secret Santas work, thank you.
I laugh as she pouts and sticks her hand onto the hat. Much like Monica, she also slips the paper into her pocket. Both Natsuki and Yuri follow suit, leaving me last. There's only one piece of paper. There's only one piece of paper at this point, so it's pretty quick the decision. And I got Yuri. Oh, what a great day to be the protagonist. I look over at her, but she's sporting a remarkably good poker face. In fact, everyone it's so impossible to even guess who's recipient of who.
Well, that's that. This should be interesting.
Wait, hang on. Were we all going out to meet?
We hadn't got around to that sort of thing. Maybe we could have a Christmas party at someone's house. Can't do it at my house, sorry. Me neither. My parents wouldn't approve.
I wouldn't mind doing it at mine. Neither. My parents are home, so it'd be pretty much an empty house. You guys with the... Thank you, Dad. You guys okay with the Christmas party at mine then? There's a general murmur of agreement.
Wait, what about food?
Oh, that's a good question. To be honest, I reckon I could have a stab at trying to cook some food for us.
Maybe some teriyaki
maybe some teriyaki or something like that.
You? Make food for us?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I didn't know you could cook, Curly. Me neither. You used to binge on junk food, ready-made meals. That doesn't really fill my head with confidence.
Hey,
Don't underestimate Curly, everyone. I've tried his cooking before, and he's definitely a fast learner.
Wait, what? When was this?
all three girls look curiously at Yuri, which typically prompts the flustered expression. She came over at my place a few times. In fact, she was the one who taught me the basics.
Where Curly learned to cook is beside the point, though. More importantly, I feel like it's a bit much to ask Curly to both host and cook at the party.
That's true. I think I can handle it.
It's fine, guys. It's not like I have to do much, but too much to host it, right? And I wanted to test out my cooking skills anyways.
Well, if you're sure, then thanks for having us.
It should be a lot of fun, guys. I'm looking forward towards it.
Yeah, me too. I haven't had a Christmas party in ages. Your cooking better be up to snuff, Curly.
Jeez, no pressure then.
Give him a chance, Natsuki. Anyway, now that our party's been sorted out, why don't we share our poems?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just grabbing some water. Today is a day I'll be spending with Natsuki, of all people. I was pretty surprised when she texted me last night asking if she could go secret Santa shopping with me. It turns out that her Santa is Sayori, so I guess Natsuki figured I'd be the best person to help shop with. I was hoping to spend the day with Sayori, but I didn't want to see what Natsuki would be if I rejected her, so... Then again, I suppose Natsuki's blunt nature would help me pick out a decent present for Yuri. There are quite a few people here, but I'm able to spot Natsuki's distinctive pink hair quite easily. She spots me and makes her way over.
Ready to go?
Ready when you are, either way.
So, seeing as Yuri's your best friend, any ideas of what should I get her?
Truth be told, I'm not the best when it comes to Christmas presents.
Really? You don't know?
Nah, sorry. Anyway, let's just look around a few stores, see what we have. I mean, we're not in a rush or anything.
I guess.
We proceed down the street, keeping our eyes peeled for any subtle shops. All the while, snow softly falls on our head as lots of Christmas shoppers bustle around. I'm sorry, I'm just grabbing some water. Maybe smacking a little bit too. Just a little tiny bit. I can't wait to get a face cam to just like watch, so you guys can like just watch me live play this.
Wait! This one could work!
I peer up at the shop entrance. It's a clothes shop. Pretty solid place to start. Pretty solid place to start.
Although I don't really know what our fashion sense is like.
I mean, you could just play it new saves and give her a new bow. She's had that running for a long time, as long as I can remember. So she might appreciate a new color.
Yeah, but let's have this discussion inside, cause I'm freezing.
Sure thing. My dad just brought me some chicken, bro, and it's so good, and it's so needed. We make our way to a section of selling hair bows. Man, I didn't even know the demand for bows existed. So many different colors, shapes, and designs.
What do you think of this one?
She holds a bright pink one. I can't help but feel like the choice would influence by her own taste, rather than Sayuri would like. It's okay, I guess. She narrows her eyes, clearly expecting a more positive one. Here, look at this one. It looks like it would bring out Sayuri's eyes, don't you think?
I guess it could work. It just needs something else, though.
At the moment, it's just kind of plain. almost bring up how the pink bow she just showed me was also playing, but decides against it at the last moment. Something else?
Yeah.
She takes the bow from my hands and looks over it for a moment.
You know, you can get some sort of design on it.
You can? She rolls her eyes.
Boys, yes you can, dummy. Like an embroidery.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? She shrugs her shoulders.
Beats me. You're her best friend.
Well, what about something from her poems? Like, I paused trying to recall salient phrases from Sayori's poems. Was our festival recital really 3 months ago? Happy thoughts. Seems to sum her up nicely. That's a W. That's a W present. A bow that has your the name of one of your poems on it. And not to mention that the pamphlets were made on it too. So Happy Thoughts was a really dope poem. In my opinion, I really liked it. Seems to sum her up nicely.
I knew I'd find use for you eventually.
No way. Is this a compliment coming from you, detecting?
Shut up.
I chuckle. Progress is progress.
Anyway, now that we have Sayori sorted out, what are you gonna get Yuri? No, wait, let me guess. A book.
No, actually.
Huh?
Weird.
Weird. I thought that'd be an obvious choice.
Yeah, it is. And that's precisely why I wanted to avoid it, you know? I've never been the greatest when it comes to picking out gifts, but I really wanted to make a special effort for Yuri, you know?
I don't really get why, but whatever, I guess. Anyway, so if you're not gonna get her book, then what?
I think about the time I spent with Yuri. Think, girlie, think. Try something out the box.
It's weird seeing you think so hard. I didn't even know you were capable of it.
I pull an unimpressed face. It's almost Christmas, Natsuki. Would it really kill you to show some festive niceness?
It won.
I roll my eyes and mutter under my breath. Typical.
Well, if you don't want to get her a book, you're kind of stumped. All she likes is books and tea, so...
That's it!
Eh?
A teapot. Man, how did I not think of that?
Because you're a...
Come on, I know the shop.
Okay, jeez.
As we enter the china shop, there's visual overload like it hits like a truck. Jesus Christ. Look at all the fucking shit. A huge variety of ornaments ranging from color, design, oh my lord, and price. Where do I begin? Whoa.
We're gonna be here for a while, aren't we?
Just sorry, I just want to make sure I get a good present for her. I didn't realize china shops shops had this much to choose from.
It's sweeter that you're making this much of an effort for Yuri.
Really? I awkwardly scratched the back of my neck. You think?
Anyway, what do you think, which one? What do you think is the one?
I study the teapots she holds in her hands. It's fairly small, but sports an intricate pattern which complete with flying doves. Artistic to say the least. Not a bad choice, actually. How much is it? She lifts up the teapots, allowing me to read the sticker on the bottom. Jeez, do you think we're made out of money? Nah, this is too much. Shame though, it's really nice. She sets it back on the shelf. I stare at Wyatt wistfully as I pass by.
What's your budget?
I dig through my pockets and my wallet. My mom left me a lot of money through the last time I saw her. Time feels like such a long time ago. At the absolute limit, like 4,000 yen. Natsuki's eyes widen for a moment. We've been browsing for the shop for about 15 minutes for the most part, but it's been fairly quiet. Every so often, we call out to each other trying to get an opinion of potential choice. Although I'm not used to Natsuki's presence, I'd be lying if I said this wasn't enjoyable. My gaze eventually settled on this one temptingly dark blue and white teapot. It's not too dissimilar from the one that Natsuki picked out in the teapots and artistic patterns, although this one likes the dove motif. The darkness of the blue reminds me of Yuri's hair and eyes. It contrasts nicely with the white. Hey Natsuki.
Yeah?
Come here for a sec. What do you think of this one? She pauses for a moment and studying the object in my head.
Not my color scheme, but I guess I can see Yuri liking this. The shape's pretty cool though.
I've never seen a spiral shape on a teapot before, let alone the teapot actually looking good. I hope to God this isn't expensive. 3,850. Cutting it fine. Yep, this one will do nicely.
Alright, come on, let's pray and get a move on then.
Bags in hand, we really step outside back of the mall. Now I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I really think Yuri will enjoy my gift.
Hey, Curly. Not like it was a big deal or anything, but
She looks down at the floor in her coat. I wait patiently.
thanks for helping me get along with Yuri back in October.
What do you mean?
Don't you remember?
About what in particular?
It was when you asked Yuri to invite me to dinner with her dummy.
Oh, that.
Yeah, it helped me put things aside into perspective, you know? And well, you can probably see it, but we get along better now.
I'm glad to hear that, Natsuki. I know Yuri probably appreciates it a lot. Well, as do us all.
Don't get me wrong, she can still act like she's on her high horse, and it's a bit hard to understand her sometimes. Like our Christmas gift argument. But these past few months have helped me realize that she's still my friend, and I don't know if we'd be as close if you didn't say or do anything.
Wait, hang on. How'd you know that I suggested that Yuri should invite you to dinner? Natsuki stares at me for a moment, incredulously written all over her face.
It was pretty obvious. I mean, you literally went ahead and whispered into her ear right before she even asked me.
I feel my cheek redden. Was that really that obvious? Oops. Oh, I see. There's an awkward pause. Well, I'm glad things are working out better between you guys.
Yeah. Oh crap, it's getting late. I really need to get home. Daddy's gonna go crazy.
Fair enough. I should probably get a move on as well. See you later.
Yeah, see ya.
With a small wave, she heads off, and I also take my leave. Today we went better than I thought, so I'm in high spirits. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna end the stream off here because it'll be a great place to pick up off for when we come back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be streaming at 4 o'clock. Is that okay with you guys? Yeah. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you come and check it out every day. I'm very blessed and I'm very happy. Just to let you guys know, all of these streams I'm gonna be posting them on my YouTube channel too. Oh, of course, and all of them I'm gonna enjoy too. I can't wait after I finish this one. I'm definitely gonna play the SOS Brigade one that you mentioned earlier. I'm really excited for. Did I save it yet? Nope. Let's save it. So, I'm pretty sure you guys noticed it right here. I've not overwritten this one, and the only reason is, oh yeah, didn't want to not do that. I would have been pretty sad. But after I finished Yuri, I am tempted to go back and maybe go Natsuki or Sayori. And here's the first save port from the very first poem. So, just in case I want to go back, this is the starting point. If y'all are interested in that, just please let me know in the chat. And after we finish that, I can go back or just do a different mod. This depends on what you guys want. Go ahead and get to the main menu. Alright guys. I'm very happy, you know, just streaming every day, having you guys come check me out. I'm very blessed. Thank you so much. Yeah, I could. Return if... I'm about to end the stream. No. He returneth just for me to leaveth. Grave error 404. Don't worry. I promise I'm streaming tomorrow at 4 p.m. as well. So, if you're free around that time, I'm back tomorrow. Back up at it. No worries. I can't word good either. I can't read for shit. If you watch the reruns, it's so terrible. I can't read. It sucks. But you know what? I'm just glad. I'm having a blast streaming. I'm having a blast, you know, doing this. Like, I don't think I've ever had this much fun doing something before. where it's just streaming and having people watch me. It's a little embarrassing doing the girl voices, but I try my best to make sure that you get the best experience out of it, you know? But, you know, we're going to continue this off tomorrow at 4 p.m. So, I'll see you guys then, all right? Thank you guys. I love you guys. And, you know, if you really mess with the streams or want to ever rewatch the parts or you missed out on some, I always have them on my rerun on my channel, my reruns, and I'm also going to post them on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So if you see some that you like, I hope you enjoy it. You know, so I'm gonna head out. My YouTube is just Curly Top, KURLYTOP. It's gonna be in my channel description. So I may not have added it yet, but I'll add it ASAP No Rocky. If you look up Curly Top and Doki Doki, I should pop up. It's gonna be with a K though, and all together. Oh, feels nice. All right, love you guys. Bye. See y'all tomorrow. Curly Top out.